Welcome, everybody. We are session 32. This is older than I think a good chunk of people playing the game right now, which is excellent. Let's see if who dies and who survives. It should be an exciting one. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. And BigYin, take it away with the recap.
Sorry, you confused me by saying it was older than most people playing. I was like, I'm pretty sure most of us are more than 32 weeks old.
I would hope you guys are more than 32 weeks old. This is a fantastic feat you've accomplished. Yeah. I meant years of age, but I do like the idea behind that.
Right, you lot settle in for a bumpy ass ride because it's gonna get ugly. So in the last match, there's the whole thing with Cromwell teleporting out and all sorts of shenanigans. We end up teleporting back to Garfield's house, and thus begins the long drawn out conversation with Ulrich kind of being all bitter and butthurt about being teleported without his consent. And there's just the general amount of expected shenanigans going on within this group, about discussion and trying to find information. And funnily enough, we didn't lose a whole lot of time on this little side adventure to go hunt in Ulrich's mad quest to go hunt down cultists. So we've still got enough time to make it to the rendezvous to go, deal with the assholes who attacked my family village, and maybe get some more information. Lando apparently exchanged a bunch of favors with Garfield, and apparently Mr. Leader is basically no longer Mr. Leader. He's turned into a werewolf, and joined up with the magically intelligent wolves that I met up with, that we made friends with way back when, and that I kind of gave the guarding of my magical spot to kind of look after. So that's kind of interesting. We're not exactly sure why that happened, but that's going to take some investigation. Once Ulrich kind of calmed down and Garfield talked to him, there was some more discussion, and Ulrich kind of, there's a discussion of hints of an alliance with Garfield, though Ulrich is still somewhat mistrustful because he doesn't want to owe anybody anything, especially a magic user.
You guys are very, very open to owing favors to a magic user. I don't know.
I actually made a deal where I gave I made a deal to supply some blood to Garfield, and I got a magical talking stone out of it.
No, you did not get a magical talking stone out of it yet. He's working on
a communication stone. I'm getting a magical communication stone, so I can actually talk back and forth with Ulrich, not with Ulrich, with Garfield and possibly one or two other people. So this should be fun.
One thing also, Elwarin does have a sending stone set, so you can give that to someone to do radio communication with.
Wait, he's had a sending stone set this entire time?
Not the entire time, just the last time he was with Valivos.
We haven't split up or anything where we needed it.
Oh, that's right. You bought the sending stone.
Yeah.
You just bought the damn thing. That's a fair point. You did just buy the damn thing. I just never made a note of it. Good point. Okay.
So he gave his blood for nothing. No, I'm just kidding.
So we'll have more sending stones, which means if we have to split the party, we can still talk, which is a good thing. So we continue to travel, end up on the road, spend the night in this freaky deaky tavern, which was a really weird spot near a haunted graveyard, which was definitely interesting. Got back on the road again.
You skipped some very important things, I feel, but that's okay.
For whatever reason, I missed a fair amount of my notes. If you want to fill me in,
if
you want to fill in what I forgot.
Does anybody else want to fill in what happened at Wamford?
There's some
spooky shit going on there. Yeah, it's Wamford.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird, freaky, deaky stuff going on with ghosts and people seeing visions and things.
There's a child that cared for our horses who disappeared.
Oh yeah, there's that whole thing.
I joked about kidnapping, but then disappears.
So that doesn't look good for us.
No.
There was some character development with Ulrich and all of the people in the party.
What was the character development that went on with Ulrich?
Oh,
I
you
can't
know, he's
remember.
just having a
He's a butthole.
He's having
Yeah,
heart to
yeah.
heart with folks.
trying
attempting
to figure out what everyone's sort of intentions are and why they're adventuring, and everyone's like, I don't fucking care. What do you?
on the road
Well, he
again.
he also
Why
had
you
a
ask?
few. He had also had a few drinks and was pretty straightforward about it.
Yes.
Very blunt. Cool. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
that
so
pretty
then,
much sums
you know,
up Mumford. There's
yeah,
some
we
other
got
things that
back on-
happened, but that's okay.
I'm sure the DM will fill us in.
There's
We
a
got
creepy
back on the
man
road.
in the morning too.
Wait, what was the creepy guy
The
in the morning?
old man, like the innkeeper, was
Old.
like super old and decrepit, and in the morning he was like bright as rain, and
He was still old and
Feeling
decrepit.
fine.
He just looked better.
so not decrepit, just old.
I mean, he was still decrepit. He just, I don't know. He like woke up on the right side of the bed that morning, something like that. I don't know. You guys didn't really.
Not how I
We
understood
did
it.
not
Oh.
investigate.
Yeah, y'all didn't
Um,
investigate. Maybe I didn't explain it too well. But I like
So-
your idea behind it too.
Like I was like,
Anyways.
dude took the stem cells of that kid.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
Maybe he ate the kid. Maybe he was
Yeah,
a
those are
vampire and he ate the
Stem
kid. Who knows?
cells.
But
Well,
anyways,
when
the
one
next
of-
day we woke up, got back on the road, and we rested the night off to the side of the Iron Road before we turned off to head towards the gathering point. And then the first shift goes fine, and then the BigYin decides to volunteer because he has night vision goggles. And all of a sudden, a bunch of werewolves, 2 werewolves show up out of nowhere, and the BigYin was going to go try and talk to them, and then initiative started.
Yeah,
that's
so-
where we left off.
Yeah, so let me do a quick little recap on that. So, Ulrich is sleeping underneath the cart. Lando has his head like buried in like the ground somewhere around here, and Elwarin is sleeping cozily up on top of the cart. Your horses are strapped to the wheels of the cart over here, and they're not going anywhere. And you were chilling over here, and then you heard some sounds from coming from up here, and that's where you met the good old werewolves. So I will request you roll initiative now. Just you.
I'm
good
the
sir.
only one rolling initiative. Right
Everybody
now,
else is
right?
asleep. So yes, that's how that'll go right now.
Great. I am so fucked.
Maybe. Remember what I said about initiative? It doesn't always mean that you have to fight.
18.12.
Nice. They did not roll very
Wait.
well.
Usually indicates that you're gonna
Okay.
fight.
So
In almost literally every occurrence that we've had, it indicates that we're about to fight.
I mean, you can always resolve them
Um,
peacefully. Is all I'm trying to say. But yeah, continue. All
Yo,
right.
that was one giant that we may have not supposed to have been killed, but he'll kick that guy's ass anyways.
Sorry.
One time.
Sorry.
so
So yeah, just give me a quick perception roll, just so I can give you some information on what they look like right now.
okay. Perception check. Sounds good.
Or give me your passive. I think it's 17, right?
Yeah, passive
Yeah, that's
perception.
totally fine. They look like they are in their hybrid form, so not fully wolfed out, but not fully humanoid either. Their snouts have come out a little bit further, maybe about 4 inches from their face. So it's getting towards that kind of full primal mode, but they still look like they can be reasoned with, perhaps, if you're
Okay,
if you know how to play your cards.
for sure.
And that's going off your passive 17 insight and perception that you probably have. Is what you would reckon.
Spellcasting, druids, wild shape, no additional spells, beast spells. Okie
Shit.
dokie.
Oh shit! I don't have any social spells.
No. I was checking to see if the druid got any like base spells because like sometimes with subclasses you get spells that count towards your known spell list that you don't have to prepare. So I was just checking to see if I had anything additional.
I think you just get the
player's hand guide.
I think you just get the dope, like you get to go a higher CR level than normal
Yeah.
druids.
Yeah, especially with the Circle of the Moon.
Yeah.
But I do recall that as a druid, I have Beach of Beast and Leaf, and these guys haven't fully wolfed out, and I have talked to animals, so I'm okay.
Sure.
So I'm. Will you let me kind of like make a loud whistle as a
You can do that as a free action. That's fine.
free action? So
Yeah.
I'll make a piercing whistle to wake up the crew.
Okay. I want you to roll performance, I think, for me, and we'll
Yeah.
see how loud it gets to see if it wakes up everybody else. Okay. I'll say it probably wakes up Elwarin with his passive perception being as it being as high as it was. I'll say it probably doesn't wake up Elwarin or Ulrich and.
It definitely doesn't wake up the other two.
Yeah, it doesn't wake up Lando.
And I'm also like semi-conscious because I don't really sleep, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
So
One thing, Xeladrane, your character does hear this as well.
All right.
What would you like to do? You're still a bit away from this space. You just hear a piercing whistle come from obviously the direction that you're heading in.
I wonder if those are the fellows I'm looking for.
Are you going to kind of ride in harder at all?
I just probably gonna take it like keep slow pace, stay cool, just like try to observe the situation.
Okay, cool. You've got about 1 round before, or 2 rounds, sorry, 2 rounds before you land on the map, and I'll tell you where that is later.
Very well.
So, at this point, I will proceed as far as the front of the cart, just kind of
Sure.
taking a defensive position,
Okay.
but I won't make any overt I won't make any overt action, but I'll make sure I kind of motion at Elwarin, hoping the whistle woke him, and he looked at me, and I'm just kind of indicating where the general direction of where I see the werewolves.
Okay.
And then I'll say, in my most kind of calm voice, "Good evening, gentle beings. We mean you no harm. We didn't mean to intrude on your territory. We're merely resting here the night before we pass on a urgent errand. We mean no harm to you and yours. Would you let us be in peace?"
Who says this is your land? That do
I
work.
didn't-
And he seems like he's just this one in the back is the one who's talking. This one over here is just snarling as he looks at you.
So I'll look over to this one, and I'll just say, "I didn't say it was our land, laddie. I said it was yours, by virtue of the fact that we're travelers. And as travelers, we have a penchant for, inadvertently trespassing on what might be other people's territory. We do it innocently, but we do need to travel. If you require us to ask your leave to travel through your land, we'll gladly do it, but we mean no harm to you and yours." As I said.
When you said like speak to your lead, this one over here goes, and the one up top goes,
We are so hungry. Do you have meat for us?
Meat.
I would say your rations probably would not have meat in them.
Yeah, no, they're travel rations.
Yeah.
It's all dried food.
Or it might have some jerky. You might have some jerky in there, but
I have garlic. And the aquamarine water bestiary holder thingy. Sights and sound of the desert. Garlic ring of healing.
so you might have some jerky, is what I'm saying. I think you guys would have some jerky in your rations.
I have, well, you see, sir, as travelers, we didn't have much in the way of fresh meat. We have dried. And if you're indicating our horses, they're not for eating. They are ours. They are for our cart. They are not meant for eating.
And as you say that, this one over here howls, "Oh!" And that's gonna be your turn. So that's gonna be your turn.
That's it.
Yeah, that's just your turn for right now. We'll come back to you. And
Did
then
the howl wake
moves
up
to
the other
here.
two?
Here, let's find out 1 second. Probably. I would be shocked if it didn't. Let's do that as this. No, it was a very weak. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, so we'll say that woke up Lando and Ulrich. Yeah, it's fine. We'll say they woke him up. It was like a piercing howl. Xeladrane, your character hears this piercing howl kind of come through there, and you recognize this as not wolf sounding.
Darn it, I knew I should have brought my bestiary of special creatures with me.
Elwarin, go ahead and roll initiative, and same thing with Ulrich and Lando. And Xeladrane, roll me initiatives for yourself as well. I'll just put you down here for right now, and then that's where you'll end up in a bit.
Why? Ulrich, why?
This is the this is the Ulrich special.
just roll over a 10 once.
I think you have a couple times, but it's not too frequent.
No. I had 21. I forgot to click my name.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm sure he'll give it to you.
Even though I know I'm not supposed to make that call on my own.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's a-okay. I see it rolled. It's okay. Cool. Elwarin, you are snapped awake from all of this, and nat 20 means you get to have a quote-unquote sneak round where the other two werewolves won't notice your movement and action.
Okay.
Cool.
Did
Hold
they?
on. Before you do that, can we just table talk real quick about whether or not we think that they're actually going to attack us? My answer is probably yes.
That would be my general agreement, and just also, Ulrich, I'm probably gonna change forms.
Oh, he's still waking up.
And you haven't said
So-
anything to him
I'm
out
gonna
loud yet.
freak his ass. So
Well-
basically, if it comes down to it, I'm gonna freak his ass out.
Probably.
I mean, I'll leave that up to you.
Great.
So, just to understand the situation, BigYin tried to talk to them. They didn't respond anything. They was just howling and they ran over. They didn't say anything.
No.
during the time.
So the one up here at the top was talking. He was
Yeah.
saying like they're really hungry, and he's asking like who are they to say that this is like land that they can travel on. And then this one was just snarling and howling. You can make a insight check for me just on this one if you want to see why that might be happening.
Sure. But I was just curious. I mean, it was their turn, and they just didn't say anything. They just came running over. That's all they did.
Yeah, they just moved. They talked. I was saying like the talking portion that BigYin asked a couple questions in was like part of their turn also, because it all happens in the same 6 seconds. Yeah. So you kind of see this one is the one on the bottom looks very gaunt, very thin, and it looks a little rabid just with hunger, from what you can tell.
Okay.
Definitely going to attack us.
What I would say, like they haven't. This one is approaching threateningly, but looking more at the horses than anything else. And this one hasn't done anything, I guess, aside from move closer. That like he hasn't bared his fangs or tried to like reach out to like snarl or bite or anything like that. He's been obviously the more level-headed one out of the two.
And would you say I heard the conversation because I was awake, or
Yeah.
was it just
Yeah.
I was waking up?
Yeah, we'll say that you got it just to make life easier.
Okay. So, at this point, I'm just gonna move up to the front of the cart, and I just want to ready an attack in case they go for the horses.
So you're having a sneak round, so you can do that next round if you want, because then you'll lose an arrow for no reason, like it just won't go off, because they're not their turn doesn't come up till the very end, right?
Okay. Yeah, but I really don't I don't want to attack them right now, so
Sure, that's fine.
not much.
I mean,
for me.
you can talk to them if you want.
Do they?
They
Do you have to?
They haven't
speak with
recognized you.
them?
No, I mean, BigYin didn't. For what you can tell, you don't need to. BigYin was just chatting in common.
Yeah. At this point, I'm waking up, so I feel like I'm just gonna. I don't want to talk to them at this point. I just ready my attack and protect the horses. So
Okay.
I'm just sitting right here, have my bow ready in case anybody's coming closer.
Okay, cool. Now it's your real turn. We'll just say you're just gonna do that for your real turn. Also, you're just gonna sit in the cart and just prep your.
Yeah.
So, are you cocking your bow back with an arrow to like your cheek and just holding it, or you just have it like ready, like you have the arrow knocked in the bow, but you haven't pulled it back yet?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what it is.
Second portion.
Yes.
All
Second
right, cool.
portion.
Got it. Cool. All right, Lando. Your ass is laying face down to the ground, and you hear a howl wake you up. I would say you're facing probably this way, just based on how I think Lando would sleep.
Yeah, my head's definitely in the bushes.
Yeah.
Cool. Can I just like? I might just run up to 1, 2, 3, 7. I can go what? 5 now? Or 6?
You can go 6, I believe, right? Because you
6.
should be able to go 6.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna run here and preemptively get ready to rage.
So do you have your axe out and you're just like, do you have your axe out like?
Yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
100%.
Cool.
Ready to attack.
All right.
But I'm not actually gonna attack.
Cool, that's fine. So as that happens, you guys see another wolf pop up from the top side, and it's just charging through. And after it notices these two, it like kind of stops on its heels, and says,
Is there meat?
and it kind of looks at you guys.
Meat? Do you have meat?
This is for any of you to respond at this point.
Lads, do we have any meat for these hungry wolves?
Just some jerky and the rations.
It's the jerky in the rations, is what you
Yeah.
have, yeah.
That's all we have.
Well, lads, as you can see, we have nothing fresh for ye. We'll gladly share our rations, but if you mean violence, I reckon we'll set about you. This is your last opportunity to go away peaceably.
So the one up top kind of looks at the one in the middle and says,
I think that will do, right?
and the one in the middle goes,
Yeah. I think that works.
and he looks down at the bottom.
Rye, stop. Go. Rye, they have food. Stop.
And you hear a from the one at the very bottom. And we'll say that's what happens there. BigYin?
So are they attacking?
That they haven't done anything aside from this.
I'm going to cast... Point of order, DM.
Yep.
I'd like to cast Speak with Animal,
Sure.
so I begin speaking in Wolf, but I also want to hold my bonus action to shift to a dire wolf if I have to. Would you allow me to do that?
That's fine. But they've been speaking in common like this entire time.
Okay, fine. I'll continue to
just-
try and talk, but I want to hold my bonus action to attack. To
Yeah, that's
shift
fine.
if I
Yeah,
have to.
that's totally fine.
So
I'm just-
like, as a final action, shift into a dire wolf and just see how they react in case it stops a further fight.
Sure, yeah. So your reaction will be turning into a direwolf. That's fine. Yeah.
So this is the one I've been hang on, let me ping. So this is the one I've been talking to, right?
The one in the middle, yeah, but the one up top just came through and
And
seems
he's
to think
insisting
he thinks
he
that
seems to think what?
the jerky's fine.
jerky's
and
fine.
he convinced
This
the
one
middle
wants
one.
the fresh meat.
The bottom one hasn't spoken yet. It seems like the other two are both in agreement though that jerky is
Okay.
fine.
I'll pull out some of my jerky rations because I'll pull out 5 sets of jerky rations because I have 15 of them.
Sure.
So I'll pull out 5 rations and I will toss them at the center wolf. And I'll say, guys, and I'll look at the I'll look over at Lando, and I'll say, Lando, get some rations out. And I'll throw 5 rations, not just to the feet of the middle werewolf.
Okay.
And
Alright.
I'm holding my bonus action
Cool.
I only
in case I
only
need to
have
shift.
2. I'm not gonna give this guy all. What if I give him some of that powder cleanliness and he eats that?
Powdered what?
That powder cleanliness, it would burn him up inside.
Wouldn't they do that? You know what? I'll give you some of my rations. You need
I
not
only have
worry.
2.
I'll share my rations with you. Don't you worry.
Cool. Dono, it takes your full movement to get to here, and now you have an action and bonus action left.
Wolves, and I'm pretty sure those are the guys I'm supposed to find. Probably should do something about that.
So, yeah,
Oh,
so-
Do I see him coming up?
I'll say you're preoccupied, but you can hear him when he gets to here, like into this area. I'll say you guys can all hear him and see him. I'll say
Well, I've got
I would-
the NVGs on.
Sure, yeah. What I'm saying is, I think these three big boys definitely taking your concentration, like to kind of check in and keep your eyes on them. And so when this guy kind of rolls through, and you can go ahead and describe your character for me, Dono, if you'd like, as he rolls through on his little pony. That's when you kind of see him.
You see a goblin approach you. He's about 3 feet tall, riding a pony, and probably wearing like just some plain like brown robes and holding like a spear in one hand and you can see like maybe like a book tied with chain to his side, just so he could probably easily access and read his tomes whenever he feels like it.
Excellent, cool. Middle werewolf, I think it's middle. Yeah, middle werewolf picks up the rations and says,
Thank you.
and he tosses 4 over to the one down south, and the one down south just devours the food, and they don't make a move to get closer to you. And he says, "So much obliged," as he eats the other ration.
We've been so hungry for so long.
Orc.
What the goddamn? What's going on? As I like crawl out from under. What the fuck?
All 3 wolves, when you crawl out, go, "Oh!" And they like come up with a start as they see you just kind of crawling out from underneath this cart.
I like look around. Can my passive insight like get a feel for how my compatriots are like not super like they're on edge but not like aggressive?
Yeah, what's your passive insight?
Like 15 or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, no, yeah, totally. You get a read of the room.
Yeah.
The bottom one that seemed feral now seems more at ease with the situation, and the one in the middle and the top would definitely look like they're reasonable. BigYin seems like he's like he has a small sigh of relief, but he's still kind of tense just in case. And Lando and Elwarin are definitely like, "We're here just in fucking case we gotta fight," sort of mode.
Yeah. Oh, well, howdy, folks. What can we do for you?
They're hungry, it would seem.
Food, we just need meat. We need the meat to quell the beast.
Like Now, forgive me, I'm not from around here, but would you happen to be werewolves? Is that what's going on?
You see all 3 kind of look up and down, and then look at each other up and down. They're like,
Yes, is this not...
Alright. No, I'm just making sure. Don't want to jump to conclusions
Hey.
about them.
Fair. I've been there before. You're a dwarf, yes?
But, I mean, things are weird out here. I'll tell you that.
Hey,
Is there a reason you can't hunt? There's no food out here?
once we get the food, we can discuss. Currently, the primal instincts within us are telling us to kill and eat. So if we can get food, primarily jerky, if that's what you have, we will be able to calm down and go back to our humanoid forms. I apologize for this.
Well, yeah, I mean, here you go. I mean, we're headed off to the forest, so we kind of need some rations, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But-
just like a few pieces will help sate us. I had to give that one a lot.
Gonna walk forward with while digging through my bag
"Sure,
and hand them 5 rations.
cool,
This is also sort of a play to get in front of the group.
sure." You pass over 5, and you see the middle one toss 3 to the one up top, and the 2 of them just finish eating their food, and all 3 of them now seem a lot calmer.
All right. Well, anything else we can do for you, or?
Wait, I'll say that's your turn for right now. They're you guys see them slowly start to calm down, and they begin to revert. Now these are just people that I'm tossing on there. Don't necessarily take what they look
Ambush.
like. Yeah, exactly. Don't necessarily take like what they look like as like what they actually are. Okay.
They've doubled.
Kill
Kill them.
we're just gonna do this.
Murder hobo mode!
We're just gonna keep them all looking the same. Just to make
I
my
knew
life
we
easier.
shouldn't have trusted them.
They're shapeshifters, all of them, casting magic everywhere.
God.
Yeah,
And I'll just kind of look at Ulrich. I'll be like, "Don't freak out, laddie."
I mean, he just told me once they eat, they're gonna calm down.
yeah. So you see them like slowly start to like their muscles obviously going back to a more humanoid face. The top two seem to be Firbolgs, and the bottom one is a human, from what you can tell. But
Ain't that something?
But you do see two little like pointy ears out of its hair, so you can assume it's a half elf based off that.
Two Firbolgs and a half elf.
Yeah. And they're just like, oh. And then when the mouse says, thank you, I appreciate that. Oh.
Do I know any of them?
No, you do not.
I am gonna turn back to BigYin.
Dad?
And be like, are these a friend of yours or what's?
I mean, werebears we're familiar with. Werewolves, that's a bit different.
Dono, feel free to
Are
move
you
yourself
lads-
as you'd like to.
Are you lads from? I'll kind of like take a step forward to the Firbolg I'm guessing I was talking to, and I'll say, "You lads aren't from the High Forest, are you?"
I'm gonna do a perception roll to see if I can spot the mounted figure. No.
Yeah, he's not like hiding himself. Like he's just approaching you. I would say you should be able to see him just passively. You wouldn't need to roll for that. That's the
And
thing.
I'll just kind of like
all of
turn
you
my
guys
head
can see
over.
him.
I'll just turn my head towards the goblin. I'll just be like, laddie, you want to make your way over here and not just stand there like a lurker.
Yeah,
It's
all
not
right,
polite.
BigYin. All right, hold
Here
on.
we go, inviting people again.
Let's calm down. We're sort of in a tense situation right now.
I mean, they're humans. They're not werewolves. Again, I mean, it seems
yeah.
they're dangerous past.
They're definitely werewolves. I mean, I hate to break it to you. They said so themselves. But
I mean,
also,
they're
that's a
genetically
goblin.
dangerous.
Dono,
not
feel free to move as you'd like right now. We'll say initiative is over for right now. I'll close it. Just to
Okay.
get it away.
Hey, I was just writing some notes in my book. To be honest, I never see werewolves. I wanted to make a note.
Not a good sign. I'm gonna tell you that right now, BigYin.
What? I mean, not all monsters are monsters.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This one's writing notes.
This one's
know,
not.
an
This one
intelligent
has. This one's intelligent, guys. We have
An
got-
intelligent goblin. It's a
But
very
we should
interesting
maybe see what his deal is.
I'd actually
Hey.
can I also point out that the critical role effect has kind of taken over this channel. We have music now. This is
Oh yeah,
awesome.
I can cancel the music. The tense.
No, I
situations
don't
for-
mind. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, no,
I
I
just
just
think it's cool.
the reason the tense music is there for tense situations. It's now not as
Oh, I know.
tense. So I will.
No,
Now,
I'm cool. I was fine
howdy-
with it.
howdy there,
I'm all for challenging that, Mercer.
As they get closer, Dono like kind of jumps off his horse, and then he just basically starts walking, like with the horse's bridle in his hand, basically.
Now, hold on. Let's
It's-
not get ahead of ourselves.
Just a note, it's a small pony of about 2.5 feet high.
And the
he's
goblin
riding.
himself is about 3 feet high.
Yeah, so it's comical perhaps. You guys have never seen a pony this
Well,
small
sure.
with a goblin.
That's a good way for like a bomb or something to go off right
Maybe.
next to you.
Yeah, maybe. So the two Firbolgs up top and the half elf at the bottom seem calm now. They say, "We're sorry about that. Whew. It's been a while since we've been able to eat meat, jerky, or any real food."
No harm, no foul. Now, I apologize, but we do have a new threat sort of approaching.
And he laughs as you say that. Yes, I understand. Take whatever precautions you see fit.
You there, coming towards us?
If I may
How-
introduce myself, I would give you my name.
All right, yeah, that's a good start.
My name's Dono Mixler. I was sent by Michael
Mikhail.
to meet Mikhail.
Do we know Mikhail?
Yes, yes, we do.
Two of you guys do.
All right, well,
I'll
Ulrich would
kinda-
be
I'll
like,
just kinda
Ulrich
nudge
will
Ulrich
actually
and
do that. He'll
Ulrich.
look back and be like, do we know Mikhail?
Aye, we do. He's a friend.
All right. Well, that's a good start. All right. You can get closer now. I'm Ulrich.
All right, this is my horse, a pony actually, Mrs. I hope she doesn't startle you.
No, ponies are pretty good. I appreciate them. It's just there's a lot going on. I just woke up. It's been about 30 seconds, and a lot has happened.
Oh yes, the effects of suddenly waking from one's sleep is very detrimental when one has to make quick decisions.
Yeah, so I'd like to keep them separated if I can. All right.
Elwarin,
sort of.
Sorry, Elwarin, do you still have your bow and your arrow kind of knocked?
Well, I definitely lowered it. I still
Okay.
have it in my hand.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just checking to see what everybody's looking like. Lando, are you still raring to fight?
Yep.
All right, that's fine. Cool.
Well, for me, imagine just kind of like my shoulders relax and I just kind of.
Yeah. That's what I'm imagining. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not as tense looking as you were before. Is what I was trying to
I'm in the back.
Go ahead.
I'm in the back of behind BigYin.
Yeah, they can see you too.
And Ulrich just staring at the one in the middle.
And I'm trying to stay sort of a step ahead of BigYin.
Okay.
Still sort of in between BigYin
Sure.
and the werewolves the whole time.
Yeah.
Also, the Firbolgs, the werewolves never gave me an answer.
They said no, they don't know you.
Okay.
They said we're not. How to explain this? We're not actually from the High Forest. We're from different forests. I can't even remember last time I was in a good forest. Oh boy, sorry. The Luke Guru that changed us has been causing some changes to the pack.
Well, that sounds right ominous. I'm not gonna lie.
He's currently riding in his tome, and he raises his hand towards werewolves. How long have you been werewolves? Just a question.
Yeah. So the
Is it
one.
kind of like since birth kind of thing, or do you get turned, or?
Yeah, the one up top kind of raises his hand. Joey and I have been turned for the past 15 years, and what's his name again? He whispers to Joey, "What's his name again?" He's like, I don't remember. Fuck, this is awkward. And they both kind of turn to their small half elf friend. What's your name again? He's like, yes. My name is. It's embarrassing. I don't like people knowing my name. It's Sue. It's not short for anything. It's just Sue.
A boy named Sue. That's classic.
A werewolf named Sue, as he finishes writing this in his notebook.
He's like, I was turned 2 years ago now.
2 years ago.
Uh,
All right.
It's been awful.
All right. So that answers my. I was gonna ask if it's been a enjoyable experience for you.
All three of them just shake their head vehemently, we can't. We hate it. It's the absolute
Was
worst.
it your choice?
I don't know why you would choose to be one, but no.
Well, again, things are crazy out here.
Sure, I just. And then Sue's like, "Oh God, no! They killed my parents!" And then I don't know. The big one just laughed and bit me and walked away.
A big one, huh? I like side-eyed BigYin.
I am not a werewolf.
Well,
At this point, Dono just basically sat down on the ground as he's basically trying to draw a caricature of the three werewolves.
Sure. So the top two are yeah, that's the Loop Guru.
now what is that?
Oh. All of you guys roll history checks for me. Or nature. History or nature.
I'm just gonna ask out of curiosity. Did you borrow this from Jim Butcher?
No. Unless
Are
that's
Lucaru-
that's the person who created them.
I mean, are they in the Are they
Yeah.
in the 5e handbook?
They're in the 5e universe.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if he got it from that then.
So all of you except for Elwarin and Lando know that the Loop Guru are werewolves that are born at birth as a werewolf. So they've never known anything else except being a werewolf. And they're born from two werewolf parents, either natural born or turned werewolves. And Ulrich, I will give you this additionally because you rolled a 20. You know that a loop guru cannot be turned back into a whatever humanoid creature they were supposed to be previously if their parents weren't werewolves, except without a wish spell.
All right. Well,
Fascinating.
That's,
I've never met a werewolf except out of my books, and especially one that's a turning one, not a true born werewolf. Interesting.
Could you repeat that for me, Dono? Maybe I misheard you. Were you saying that it's interesting that there were werewolves that turned into humans, or that didn't turn back into anything?
They're interesting because they weren't born as werewolves. Have never seen ones that have turned, or I guess never seen a werewolf before.
Okay, got it. Cool. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, just fascinating.
all right. Well, this has all been rather overwhelming. And we were kind of sleeping.
Yeah, our bad. We smelled horses, fresh meat. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Well, maybe in the morning we can help you hunt or something. But man,
No,
I'd really love to get some shut eye.
I think we better be on our way. We were actually, yeah, we should leave you just in case.
What now? I'm just asking because I'm curious. What brought you this way? You seem sort of out of sorts.
We're fleeing from the Loop Guru.
All right. And where is that? Where are they?
North. In the High Forest.
All right. I was gonna say it's pretty vague.
Yeah, then they kind of thought about it, and they clarified as you were like, you're looking like Ulrich is looking like north is everywhere. What the fuck does north mean? And they kind of redefined it a little quickly after that.
So would that mean, with my knowledge of other Firbolg tribes, would I know which one of the other tribes which one of the other clans they've come from?
I would say you can make a guesstimation. They might be from Lurkwood or the Coldwood or Moonwood areas.
Are you? Wait, did you say Lurkwood, Moonwood, or Mirkwood?
Lurkwood. Lurkwood. We're not in the Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Mirkwood.
Lurkwood.
Lurk. Sorry.
I'm going to kill you. I swear to God, I will kill your character right now.
Distinctly distinct from Mirkwood.
Yeah, Lurkwood with an L. Lurk with an L. Yes.
Yeah, Lurker. Lurkwood, Moonwood, or what was the third?
Coldwood or Draurwood, whichever one you want to go with.
Which clan are you from? Are you from the Moonwood, the Lurkwood, or the Coldwood?
We're from the Lurkwood. It's been so long since we've been there. Our clan was decimated.
I'm sorry to hear that. We didn't get much. We never had much contact with your clan.
You're far away. Does that make sense?
Now, sorry to pry. I mean, I do apologize. Might be bringing up some bad memories or something. Would your clan have been decimated by like some cultists or something like that?
I haven't seen my family in 20 years. They were decimated by infighting and werewolf attacks.
All right, fair enough.
Hence me.
Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. All right. There's just been a lot of cultists out.
What you will find is Ulrich is only about the cults. If it doesn't have anything to do with the cults, he may not be interested right now.
For now.
Yeah, for now. For now is the key.
He's got a list.
He's got a list, yes.
Okay, don't mind me. I'm just taking notes so you
That's
guys
fine.
can keep things going.
Yeah. Anybody else got any questions for these guys? They're gonna start heading out now. They're like anything else before we leave. I do apologize again for this, but we didn't mean you harm. I'm glad it didn't come to fighting.
As am I. I would have been very upset to have killed some of my own people, no matter how distantly related you are.
I don't.
All right, relax. Let's not be saying we'll just kill people.
I wish you the peace of the forest.
The top two kind of look at you, BigYin, and they kind of raise an eyebrow and say, "You wouldn't have been able to kill us, we think." The half elf was like cowering, like, "Please don't hurt me anymore. It hurts. Sucks. I hate this."
It's okay. All right.
Can I just let a little bit of the arcana and the kind of like the druidic energy flow out of me a little bit?
Sure.
Just to kind of show that I'm not that, I'm not one to be trifled with.
Sure, roll Arcana.
Why are we intimidated?
Yeah, actually, roll Intimidation. I like that better.
Actually, no, you're a fair point, but I don't want to. I don't want to start shit. But
Yeah, fuck you.
Roll Intimidation, BigYin.
I'm working on it.
I could have
Oh,
taken
God.
you.
Lando's
No
sitting there.
problem.
Lando's like, they seem magical. I like it. I like it.
Damn.
Alright, I need to roll for them now. I didn't think this is actually gonna happen.
DM, I need.
I'm neither magical
I'll
nor
return in that moment.
Yeah, sure. Lando's behind. Yeah, get him, yeah.
I'm just hyping him up in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all
Yeah,
I'm doing.
the top two kind of growl at you, BigYin, and the one Sue at the bottom is just not having a good day. Guys, like he had to tell you his name, which he's embarrassed by. Now he's just like he's like kind of scared of the big Firbolg now, and he's seeing his other two compatriots, which are also big Firbolgs, like growling, and he's like, I don't want to fight. This sucks.
All right, lads. All right. I'll just kind of like just stand down, just be like, go on your way. We mean you no harm.
And they stop growling. They just kind of laugh and kind of wave you goodbye, as they like pick up Mary Sue, or Sue, not Mary Sue, just Sue, and they kind of take him away.
Well, boy. No, boy. BigYin.
What?
This is why people warn us not to murder when we come into town.
I know. We generally don't. When have I gone around killing people in a town?
No, you give off the air as if you will be killing people in town.
I did not in a city. I've got enough manners not to do that.
I think it's
Cromwell
worse
was the
doing
one
it
who-
out here.
Cromwell was the
Well,
scary
all
one.
right.
When I go into the tavern, I'm a gentleman.
Yeah.
I'm polite.
mean,
I
I-
thank people.
right,
I get
no,
money. I
You're not
mean,
wrong.
in the
However, I
forest- in
mean,
the forest, you have to be. In the forest, I'm a bit more primal. You understand? It's my nature.
I'm just saying. Sure, at the beginning, you want to puff yourself up. I get it. But maybe once everything's been resolved amiably, don't puff up so much.
I'd like to point. So after taking his scolding from Ulrich, the BigYin kind of looks over at Dono and kind of looks to Lando. Is like, I mean, we had a ogre. No, what was he? An orc with glasses. Now we have a goblin with a book.
And you
On
notice
the
that
hospitalist.
he's still sitting on the ground, like drawing in his book. Oh,
Well,
oh,
don't
Should I-
and he
should we
notices
br-
it. He's
should-
like, oh, where are my manners? Sorry. And he kind of extends his hand. It's like, hello. You're the dwarf. Yeah, he told me about you, Michael did.
You're
the one who doesn't like.
closer. You're a bit
You're the
closer.
one who.
You can't. Your hand isn't 10 feet long. That's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah,
You're good. You're good.
you're the one who Michael told me. You said you're the dwarf who doesn't like magic, right? Or is that
What?
the other one? I'm not sure.
No, I mean, I'm a dwarf, and I definitely have a predisposition to distrust magic. Who is Mikhail? I don't. How does he know about me?
Oh, he's an ambassador at. Can I roll a history check to remember who I work for?
I can just say, yeah, Mikhail is the ambassador for the Emerald Enclave and the High Elves to Zelbros.
Of course. Oh, Michael is the ambassador to the Emerald Enclave at Zelbros. I'm an assistant for him, but normally I'm just a librarian.
All right. Well, how does he know about me?
Well, I've probably from the friends in your group. Well, the thing is, he sent me out here to meet you because apparently there's something that he's doing around northeastish, around the High Forest.
Oh my god. Oh well, I look over at BigYin. This one's with me, or this one's with you. So I'm gonna go back to bed. You guys seem to have this under control.
Hey, you go back to sleep. And I'll
If this
just
one
kinda
kills
walk up.
you, that's on you.
It's not likely. Mikhail was the one who taught me things. And,
Back under the
Yeah, back under the cart. Back under the
I'll
cart.
kind of like I'll kind of like just walk up and extend my hand. It's like, it's a pleasure to meet you.
So
I
just
have to-
for Dono, just for your reference, this man is 7'3" ish.
So I'm gonna take a knee. I'm gonna take a knee.
Yeah.
Just so it's
I
not
was
as
standing
bad.
on my
You're gonna need-
toes.
You're gonna need to take a knee and like
Sit-
bow
yeah,
over.
like it's
Dono
like
is-
he is double your height plus is what I'm trying to explain. Like he's,
Dono is like on his tippy toes, trying to like extend his hand out to shake your hand.
I'll just sit. I'll just sit down.
Lando, what are you up to?
I'm pretty sure at that point you're at eye level with me.
Maybe, yeah. Lando, what are you up to right now?
I'm gonna go back to a different bush.
Okay, got it. And back to sleep the way you were before.
That one.
Got it. Cool.
Face straight in the leaves.
Excellent. Nice. Cool. Continue. Sorry, just want to get your decisions. Elwarin, are you going back to meditation, or are you watching?
I'm actually gonna walk over after him talking about Mikhail a little bit more.
Okay.
So I'll put my bow away and everything.
We'll say you put it on your back like you normally have it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Three of you guys are talking.
So, Mikhail sent you to us.
Yes. He sent me
That's
quite
very
quickly.
kind of him.
So sorry about that. He was rather worried about the situation, so he sent me rather rapidly. So I'd prefer to meet you in the morning rather than at night, because nobody wants a visitor in the night, I guess.
Well, it's a good thing we were awake as it was. Your timing was impeccable.
Mrs. was quite speedy on her journey, as I give a look at my pony.
Yeah, she seems a very fine steed.
Oh yes, very nice. She's been very useful in all these years. I would never have been able to carry all my books by myself without her.
And as you guys take a look at
What did she
Mrs.,
say?
there's like 10 books in saddles just all around Mrs. And Mrs. is a small horse, but very thick, like very strong looking. So it doesn't seem to be a problem.
Sorry to jump in here, but where's Mikhail at the moment?
Currently, probably still at Zelbros, unless he has some other business.
He's
But
in the high forest.
Oh wait, actually,
Remember?
he did leave Zelbros. Actually, he told me he's actually at the High Forest.
And you came straight from Zelbros here?
Yes.
Awesome. And now you found us. What's going on?
Well, Mikhail roughly told me where you were, and I just basically tried to stick to the road because he told me you had a cart, so I'd assume you wouldn't be off-roading too much. So I just kind of looked for you on the roadways.
Oh, well, it's a very good thing we ran into you then.
Yes, it looked like you were having some initial troubles with those werewolves, but you do seem to resolve the situation quite pleasantly. Is that the right word? As he kind of looks in his book.
I'd say pleasantly. Maybe lucky is a better word for it. I mean, I've tried this before with a giant or two. Didn't it go well? So I'm rather happy about this. And I'll look over at Elwarin. I still have my shift if you want to go back to rest. You too, Lando. I've got this. I'll wake you up for your shift.
Lando's already asleep in a bush.
Yeah, he's already in the bush.
He's passed out.
And he was never taking a
idea.
shift.
I love the idea of you though turning to him. Already
And I
asleep.
just hear him snoring.
Face down in the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was never taking a shift. Just so we're clear, he never volunteered to do a shift, and y'all never gave him a shift. So he was just gonna sleep the entire time.
Well, I'm gonna kick him awake for one.
No. That was pre-agreed upon.
All right, I'll head back and rest up a bit more.
So, I'll say, well, if you'd like, you can sleep. I'll take care of this, and then I'll wake up that fat lump over there for his turn, and we can hopefully have a quiet rest of the evening. Unless there, though, did Mikhail send any information along with you for us? Any notes or anything of the kind?
Let me check my pack really quick. He left me a kind of a to-do list. DM? Did
Yeah.
Mikhail kind of give me any packages to transfer
No,
to them?
not to give to them, but he gave you just the general directions from the Iron Road how to get to their location. So yeah, as you're kind of rummaging around, you find that.
According to my notes, all he really told me is just how to find you, and I guess where he wants me to send you afterwards. So, yeah, it looks like he just wants you to send you northeast. And considering what those fellows said earlier, it might be to do with the werewolves problem.
That's very kind of him.
Oh wait, also, I forgot. He sent me to accompany you to that place.
Oh, very good. This is excellent.
I don't get a lot of time to do field research. Like the library is quite expensive and has been not been very well maintained, so I have my work cut out for me back home.
Hmm. What books do you have?
Oh, many, a whole veritable library. Anything from the history of the people of the southern continent to, well, the dwarves of the north.
Anything on creatures?
As he kind of like,
Any compendiums on creatures?
as he like searches through the saddle, he said, "I'm perhaps not on me, perhaps back at the library. You could just, how about you ask me about the creatures? Perhaps I remember something."
See.
Yeah, so we'll say that you guys spend the rest of your shift just talking about creatures.
That'll do.
Yeah, because I don't want to put either one of you guys on the spot to like actually have to like think about a creature. That would be awful if you can't. Cool. Yeah. So you guys spend the next 3 hours of BigYin's shift chatting, and your 3 hours are up, and it's time to wake up Ulrich.
I get up and walk over to.
So
I'll walk over to the cart and climb up and kind of crawl underneath it and tap Ulrich on the shoulder and say, "You ought to turn Letty."
So Dono, are you planning on sleeping at all tonight? / this morning at this point?
Probably a little bit. I was probably gonna just like, I probably have like a bed mat, but since like my pony is so big, I probably just like sleep on the pony.
Okay, yeah, you can sleep on the pony. I'll move you. You can just move yourself wherever you want to be sleeping at.
I'm gonna say I put the pony is like standing roughly around right here, like kind of next to the tree.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. Ulrich, your shift, I believe.
All right. Well, he's just gonna get out from under. You know, do a little patrol of the area.
Sure.
Looking around, being vigilant.
Nice.
You
BigYin, are you sleeping on top of the cart again, or were you sleeping?
I'll crawl underneath the cart this time.
Okay, great.
Now Ulrich will have a bed.
Cool. Yeah. Your night goes fairly, or morning at this point. Morning goes fairly undisturbed. You obviously hear some wolves, like real wolves, out in the distance, and some like deer and other fauna kind of running around, but nothing sinister coming your way that you can tell. And that's based off your passive 15. If you want to roll, you can roll, but that's what you do.
Nah.
Yeah. You got a good 15, so I would keep that as well.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Cool. Yeah. So morning rolls around. We'll say it's about 9 a.m. at this point when everybody's awake.
I think I don't know, like wake up a little bit earlier since he doesn't need as much rest.
Sure.
So
Did Dono spend the whole time sleeping on the pony?
He was sleeping on the pony after he stopped talking to BigYin. Yes.
All right. So the whole night though that he was sleeping, it was on the pony. I would imagine that Ulrich probably spent a good 45 minutes watching this. Like, what the fuck?
So what you notice is that this pony is fairly wide. It's short but like stout, kind of like a dwarf, right? It's for whatever reason this goblin is so small, like length and width wise, that the saddle and like the rest of the length of the pony and width seem to be just right for him to sleep on it. Like he is laying down comfortably on this pony, curled up a little bit, but fairly comfortable still.
Still just a sight to see.
Yes, it is. You've never seen something like this before, I'm sure.
Yeah, so Ulrich's just fascinated. Like, what the hell? Man, my life has taken an interesting turn. That's for sure.
Hey man, you can't. They do say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you're a dwarf, so you can learn some stuff.
Yeah.
I like to say that Dono woke up at 8 a.m. and he spent like the rest of the time before anyone else was just awake, just like walking around, just like looking at stuff on the ground, picking it up, like drawing it in his notebook,
Sure.
putting it back down, writing notes.
Yeah. So we'll say so everybody's awake at this point. Someone ended up waking up Lando again. I'll let you guys see how that happens.
So Dono.
Oh, yes, hello.
Hey, you happen to be part of a cult?
Well, I do have a god. I'm currently dedicated to the god Ogma, the god of knowledge.
All right, fair enough. All right, I like that. Honestly, that's probably one of the best answers you could have given me. Tell you what.
In all my pursuits of life, the pursuit of knowledge has always done me well.
Oh man, I got some bad news for you. With the last person we had who had pursuit of knowledge did not end well. I'll tell you that. Oh boy.
But look around.
How do you feel about teleportation?
I'm not too well versed in the magic. So, you see, I record the history of the world. You see, from he kind of like gestures to like some rocks. He was kind of dealing with like from the smallest pebbles of the land to the greatest trees. Everything I record for knowledge.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. You any good with the sword or anything like that, or?
I have a spear here and I know a little bit of magic, and oh yeah, I got a hammer here. They kind of like I guess it kind of looks like a comically small hammer because it's meant for him.
All right, fair enough. You know, we're now. I'll be honest. The trouble seems to follow us. I don't know if it's our fault or something else. Probably our fault. So just want to make sure you could handle yourself in the fight.
I should be all right. I've survived. Yeah, I've survived the worst things, I think.
All right. Well, let me tell you this. Just a word of advice. If you do get teleported, don't walk out of the teleportation in the middle of it.
Don't you see him like writing? Don't walk out of teleportation circle.
That's how we lost our last wizard. That was a damn shame.
I shall have to put this as a disclaimer in any magical tomes I find with such a teleport spell.
Allegedly. I have to admit, allegedly.
Nope. With I guess time and evidence, I guess I could formulate. I don't know, a truth on the matter. If I find anything out, I'll let you know.
Well, I'll leave that one to you. I won't be messing with that. That's for sure.
And then he goes back to, unless you have more questions for him.
No.
He just basically goes back to like basically carrying out like field surveys around the area.
Yeah, all right, Lando. Time to get up. You slept enough.
Bastards.
Look, some of us are on a tight time schedule.
Are we trying to leave?
And at this point, I've crawled out from underneath the cart. Aye, we are. We have a journey to go on.
Okay.
I'll jump down here and start getting the horses ready.
I will assist with that.
Lando goes onto the cart to go back to sleep. That's how I imagine how that happens. It probably doesn't happen that way. It's just a funny thought that I had in my head. All right.
Slowly crawls up and just plops.
All right, here, I'm gonna move the cart.
Takes me 20 minutes to get up there, but as soon as I'm up there,
He's passed the fuck out again.
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and move the cart just back onto the road, just to make all of our lives a little easier, and then I'll move the horses accordingly. This you guys maneuver the cart and the horses back to how you'd like them to be. Oh God.
Would it be reasonable for me to say at this point that I've settled back up on my pony and I'm just waiting on the road for them to also?
We don't have access to the cart horses.
Yeah.
I know. I'm doing it manually.
Okay.
I worked on some stuff in Dungeon Draft, and let's just say I didn't export it over. So here we are again. This lives somewhere. There's two there. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, we got it.
Go ahead and place yourselves in the cart however you like. Lando is back here.
Suspension of disbelief is ruined.
I know, right? The tragedy. Dono, are you just riding alongside them? Are you just gonna ride alongside them, Dono? Or are you gonna hop on the cart?
I was gonna ride alongside them.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you put yourself wherever you want.
I'll put
What happened to
myself
one of our horses?
here?
Oh my God.
It's
They're riding
buried
each
underneath
other.
the center one.
Oops. Oh no, I can't touch it now. God dang it! It exists. It's underneath the. There's double stack in the middle, because I have grid turned on.
They're circus horses.
Yeah, they ride on top of each other to carry the horse, to carry the cart. That's how that works. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The land vehicle and animal handling skills of Elwarin are out of sight to behold.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you guys. Let's move you guys over to the big map just to make life easy. So, if you recall, you guys are chilling right about here. Everybody back on the map can see it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
So you're heading.
Taking some time for it to load from the other.
Yeah,
angles.
it's a big map. I apologize. Yeah, you guys are roughly right about. Yeah, sorry, you guys are like right around the R. Nope. We are not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm sorry, Lando. You guys are right around the I and the R portion of the Iron Road, and your goal is this box by the end of the day. So, how would you guys like to travel? I can draw for you if you'd like. How would you guys like to travel?
How we discuss this?
Like that, just like straight through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
We good with that, folks?
Sure.
Isn't that
No.
what we decided to do last
Yeah.
time?
Just making
No
sure.
dissenting opinions.
Just making
Alright.
sure y'all haven't had any second thoughts.
Flying as a crow flies.
Yeah, if where possible. Cool.
Elwarin is obviously happy to stay as close to the forest as possible,
Sure. Yeah.
rather than the open land. So
Yeah. So we'll say
But-
you guys go to like here, and then try to stay close to the forest areas, and then open land again. We'll see. That's how you guys do it. Sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. You guys are traveling. Whoever's staying up at the front, could you make a perception check for me?
absolutely.
Oh boy, this is fucking great.
Come on, Ulrich.
Hell yeah, Dono.
Dono for the rescue.
Dono does save you guys. Yeah, Dono sees. How do I want to do this? All right. Here, I got this. Let's see how the map ruins my life today. 1 second. Width. Increase the width. How does that mess me up? Ah, yes, it messes me up the perfect
It goes
way.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
it will only
messes
go
me up
out right.
the perfect way I wanted it to go. By perfect, I mean the absolute worst way it could have gone. Here, Dono, you are. I'm not moving everything. You're gonna be there. Let's see how we can do this. Here, I'm gonna just put Dono here, and I'll put the rest of you guys just kind of in a line over here. Oops, he's not there. Sorry, I was expecting some higher rolls from the lads. I shouldn't have expected that. I apologize. We have some good wisdom scores in the team, though, so I thought we would be good. Cool. We'll do this. So
Yeah,
as
I
you
rolled
guys,
a 2.
yeah, I don't know what to say. So you guys aren't quite here yet, but Dono, you see from your 2.5 foot tall horse an encampment. As you guys are, it's been like 6 hours now since you guys have been riding. Nothing really amiss has gone down during the previous 6 hours of the ride. But you see this big encampment, and you're right around the edge of it, skirting the edge of it, and you're approaching it kind of now. You guys can all see it, correct?
Yep.
Cool. So this is what you see, Dono. Ulrich and Elwarin, the cart hasn't quite made it to this point yet, where you are on the map, but you guys see this encampment from further back, and Dono kind of can point it out if he wants to.
Gentlemen, looks like there's an encampment over there. I'm not sure who it belongs to, but looks like could potentially be a lot of people. Like I see some tents, a campfire. I
Yo.
can't make anything else out, but you know.
Can you see up here?
Oh,
A
and
little bit.
looks like
Of
a
a cave.
rock face.
Yeah.
perhaps.
So Dono, with your 20, what you notice is it's man-made. This rock formation. It's not natural. It is a
And,
man-made rock formation.
Fellows, and he looks through things. It's not my book. It looks like a man-made cave.
Like someone sprung it up from the ground and like
Oh.
changed the terrain to do this.
It doesn't look like this is a naturally occurring rock formation either. This looks magical in nature.
So if you want, you
great.
guys can choose to cut further to the east and avoid this space, because Dono sees this from a bit further away. And you can avoid this, or you guys can kind of stay on your current path, and you would be on the road of this, like on the pathway towards this encampment.
We haven't had really good experience with caves, so I would say let's just try to get around this without drawing any attention.
Yeah, so if you guys let me know how you guys want to do.
I think we should just barrel right through.
Man of action.
Well, I think we gotta find out who these people are.
I shall go where you.
You know what?
I shall follow wherever you
Pause
go.
the cart. Stop. How far are we out on the map? Because I don't see us on the map yet. So where would we be in?
We're on the
relation?
bottom right. Bottom right.
Okay.
But you guys are roughly 200 feet away from the bottom right corner where the green
I'm
portion
assuming
is
we've
of the map.
stopped.
Yes, I would say Dono kind of said like, hey, and you guys like kind of whoa the horses, and you guys can see this. You guys are about 200 feet away from this corner portion right here.
Okay.
I just
So
wasn't doing the map that way because that would just
Alright.
be awful.
I'll hop out of the cart and I'll say, I'll go and walk and see what I can see, and then I'll report back.
Why don't you just turn
And I'll
into
look
a
at-
thing that doesn't?
Hi. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. All right. Just making sure you weren't gonna waltz up there like a little Firbolg, like, "Hey guys, I'm your best friend. Here's all of our other friends. There's only 4 of us. You should kill us."
Maybe something that flies and can
DM,
just
will
go...
you let me? Will you actually let me use a flying shape since I haven't quite earned it yet.
So I think this is something that I may have misread. Let me double check real quick. Druid wild shape.
Did you wild shape into a big owl?
I don't think I
before?
can fly until like level 6.
Because it breaks the game.
Yeah. Druid. Sorry.
Traps mean nothing to druids. after that.
Exactly, right? Like, what do you... Oh, you guys... I create this cool dungeon? Ooh, he doesn't matter to me, Druid boy. Let me check this. Are you level 4 Druid?
I'm level 4.
You
yeah.
cannot have a flying speed yet. That will be a level 8 Druid lifestyle.
Well, shit. Okay.
Hey,
It's
may I
gonna have to
suggest you
be...
turn into a field mouse, perhaps? Such a small creature will probably go most unnoticed by most humanoids.
that was a thought.
Now I'm starting to like you, Dono. This guy's got some reason.
I would be wary, because in this part, the field mouse is preyed upon by some rather nasty hawks.
And I'll look around and like... I'll just turn into a wolf. Just a regular wolf. Run-of-the-mill wolf, not the dire wolf kind, since we are near a forest.
Okay.
And...
Okay, 1 second. Give me a second. I did not think this is how this is going.
We can just use the dire wolf token.
Yeah. I'll just make it smaller for you. That's fine. Yeah. We can
Yeah,
make it smaller.
I'm just not gonna. I just don't want to get. I'm not gonna get close enough to actually like engage in combat. I'm just gonna go and kind of poke around and see what can be seen.
So he says.
Interesting.
Hey,
So
it might
I
work.
I wonder
It
how
might
the
work.
humanoids in that camp will react to a wolf.
Yeah, Dono. Again, you're thinking just like I am. I am gonna like you here. I hope you
Maybe
don't die.
something less intimidating or so.
So I don't like sprint up. I kind of like just slowly, kind of like. I'm assuming the forest is over here.
The forest is to the east of this location. We'll say you're looking north.
So the forest is over here, right?
It's more. It's like hundreds of yards to the
Okay.
east of where you are.
So,
Like so just to make life easy for y'all, if we were to go to the map, sorry, I probably could have just done this a little bit easier. If we go to the map, you guys are roughly here. Like you guys are hugging the forest, and this is the portion where the forest kind of goes back out into the open plain.
And what are we looking at? This?
No,
We're looking at Red Hog, or are we looking at
No.
something up here?
you're looking at something completely different. Yeah, just north of where the forest is that you see
Okay.
there.
So I'm assuming we're hugging the forest. So I guess I will just kind of continue to hug the forest up until I can get somewhat
No,
close enough.
We're in that clearing.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
okay.
in that clearing.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
yeah.
So I'll just kind of slowly amble up, tail, doing my best kind of like good dog impression, tongue out, tail wagging, just kind of like get to about this point.
No,
so
no,
I
no.
can-
So you are 200 yards away. So I'm going to
Yeah.
give you a couple things before you get that close. I'm just going to put you
Okay.
here. Just to make life easy.
I don't think that man's ever seen a wolf.
No, like the surface people that have stayed behind.
Yeah, so you have, I think, advantage on perception checks with smell and sight, right? With the wolf,
Mm,
you're the one with the character sheet, my dude.
I'm pulling up the direwolf stuff.
We'll keep the direwolf the same as the wolf. I think it's the same thing.
Wisdom. So advantage on wisdom, perception checks that rely on hearing or smell.
Cool. So go ahead and make a perception check for me. You'll be sniffing the air and trying to hear stuff as you're approaching.
Perception. Got it. There we go.
With advantage? Doesn't matter. I tried. Cool. So you get roughly 50 yards south of this point right here.
Mhm.
And you start to smell orc and ogre and half ogre smells from all over the place here.
Can I get a little closer?
I will need you to make a stealth roll for me.
Oh wait, I get to roll with their dexterity though, because with the creature's dexterity, because I take on that dexterity.
Then technically you
So-
take on their wisdom also. Real strong.
No,
No, you-
is it
druids
just-
keep their intelligence, wisdom, and charisma,
Oh, nice.
but they
Cool,
take
cool.
on the strength, dex, and
The, yeah,
constitution.
the
of the
physical
creature.
ones is
Oh,
what they
cool,
get.
cool, cool. Sweet. Sounds good to me. Nice.
Otherwise,
21.
you would just be too dumb and never be able to turn back.
I would just say you just lose, you break a concentration immediately. That'd be hilarious. Cool. Yeah, 21. Perfect. So you get to roughly here, we'll say.
Okay.
And that is when you see this stuff.
Orcs.
And please don't metagame me, folks that cannot actually see this in game. But this is what I shall give you.
Got it. So I'll stop there.
Yep, that's fine.
I am stopping right the fuck there, and I am sneaking my ass back to the cart and downshifting.
Cool. Sounds good.
So I just kind of amble my way back as quietly, as stealthily, as sneakily as I can, and I burn the wild shape, so I'll shift back to myself.
Okay, and so as you leave, I'm gonna remove them from the thing. But you guys know they're there, is what I'll say.
Well, that was fast, so either something good or bad.
I got 50, I orcs everywhere, ogres. The smell was I smelt them first, and then I snuck a wee bit closer and got eyes on. There's a large orc encampment in our way.
Well, not for long, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, because you guys can head east and kind of go around them if you would like, or you can charge right down.
That's not what he was insinuating.
Yes, I understand. I'm just letting you guys know as a
I
group
think
these are
moving
different options.
around I think circling might be a good idea.
Well, all right. Now, you're probably right. I agree. That is probably the best option. However, why?
How many days left do we have?
This is your day.
Yeah.
This is your day. This is your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
it would
also
take us a
say-
day to circle, right?
No, it's just gonna cost you like an hour.
Oh, so if it costs us an hour to circle, then that's fine. That doesn't cost us much. It's like,
Yeah.
what time of day is it?
But why? But why? Why are there orcs out here?
Well, no, wait. So here's the thing. We had, just to tabletop for a second, we had 4 days to get here. So this is the 4th day to arrive,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
So, and what time of day is it at this point? Is it like
Morning.
midday,
So
morning still?
it's been 6 hours since you left, and you left around 9 o'clock. So 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now.
Fuck. Okay. I'll look over to
you
Elwarin.
have until the end of the day, dude. There's plenty of
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
End of day.
So, yeah. So we'll.
Not end of business day. End of day.
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
so
when does business end in the forest, right? That's the question.
it might be a good idea to circle. To my
I
mind,
want-
I'll go back into character. To my mind, it'd be a good idea to circle around and try and link up with our friends.
Right. And I agree with
that-
you. That is the better option. My question still stands. Why are they out here?
Well, I mean, we know that the orcs are somehow associated with the whole attack in the forest, so I would assume whatever's going on here has something to do with these encampments.
So then-
Well, let's just meet up with the rest of the group that we're trying to meet today. We know where this camp is, and maybe with some backup, we can eventually come back and look into it further. But
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now, if we go in, we don't know what we're gonna encounter, and we most likely will have a harder time making it to the spot we're trying to get to.
Yeah, all that makes sense. All right. I mean, you're the boss. You're the bosses. Keep going.
Yep. So we circle.
Cool. Okay, so you guys take the hour diversion. That's fine. I'll go ahead and just remove your characters from this map and move you to the next map. Or actually, I'll just keep you there for right now until I get the next map set up. All right. So as you guys begin to approach the forest, you notice the forest is getting too dense for the cart to come with you. But it is free for. It's good for horses. Well, what are you guys going to do?
I say we camouflage the cart the best we can, mark it on our map where we left it, and keep going.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Well, I'll leave it to you, nature boys.
Yeah, and you
Camouflage
guys,
has never been my forte.
yeah, and you guys can ride your horses in if you would like to, because you have 4 horses.
Absolutely. We'll
Could a
just
horse
try-
carry me?
Oh yeah, you're not fat, dude. You're just big.
Okay.
All right.
So I will camouflage the cart and ride the horses.
Cool. Make a couple of survival checks for me, lads. Whoever wants to do survival to hide the cart. Cool. Yeah, you guys do a good job
Lando,
of hiding it
better.
up. Yeah, I'm saying you
Nice.
guys take you guys take some time to actually do this well, and Lando and you guys all of you guys do a good job of hiding this cart. You kind of put a little mark in your map, and just for our sake in the game, I will also put a mark in our map real quick for it. I'm gonna delete this real quick, and your mark is going to be here. I'll show you guys a second where I put it once I finish making the mark. Your mark is right there. Oops. So the light blue circle is where you've marked where you kind of put the horses, or the cart. I mean. Sound good, folks?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, so now go to the new map. So as you get to this point, it's still daytime. It hasn't gotten quite to evening yet. It's probably about 5 o'clock right now. So sun's still up in the sky, but it's about to start setting. And Dono, you know to head towards the building that you see.
Yes, that building over there was where I was told to basically meet up with the rest of them. I'm not sure if Michael's there, but if he were to be anywhere, he would be there.
Very well. I say we proceed carefully, and we keep going forward.
Also, Dono pulls out a book. Also, did you know this forest contains 20 unique species of butterfly? One of them is quite rare, actually.
You don't say. Well,
Good, make
We'll
your
try-
size through as you would like.
One is the
Aye.
luminous butterfly, only seen quite commonly on full moons.
and I'll just start kind of moving forward slowly and carefully towards the building.
Mm-hmm.
Now, aren't they expecting us? Why are we going so slow?
Well, one should always be careful in the forest.
All right. Now you want to be careful. All right. Okay.
And I'm guessing this is Elwarin's element, so he's kind of like, aware. But I mean, our goblin friend seems pretty okay with things, so.
Agreed.
spent many a time in a forest.
Lando, I like how Lando's just chilling back. He's good there, guys.
Oh god, sorry.
He don't trust no forest. He ain't never seen before.
Dono walks up to the door and he knocks on it. Michael, Mikhail, it's Dono. I'm here.
Wait, no,
Love it. I love it.
You walk up. I didn't even get to describe the fortification. You just walk up. Hello, Mikhail. No. Fuck. God damn it, Lando. Do that every time, dude. Every fucking time.
He's a curious bee.
He is a curious bee. He's so curious. He plows through buildings just to be able to see things.
You know, you can set it so that the light drawings act as walls.
Oh, I'll have to work on that later. I'll figure out how to do it later. Yeah, because we also have some curious bees in your campaign. Okay, cool.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so as you knock and you say, "Oh, it's Mikhail," or "Mikhail, it's Dono," you hear a rumble from inside, and sounds like a wolf's roar.
I'm not sure that's how Mikhail usually sounds.
Well, so much for care.
And you hear a woman's voice say, "Oh, stop it!" And you hear like a smack on the nose, and you hear and Mikhail's like, "Coming." These wolves. And he kind of pops out. Says, yes, Dono. The rest of you. Excellent.
And he goes like to shake his hand.
Yes, he shakes your hand. And he's like, come in. And he opens the door. And the door opens up. And he's like, come in.
I hope this day finds you most well, Mikhail.
Yes, it's going well. No complaints from me.
So, how goes your efforts here? I don't know too much.
Well, come inside and we'll explain some more.
I'll nod to Mikhail and be like, "Hello, mate. How you doing?"
Yes, the big one. Get it? It's a joke.
Yeah. Dad.
Did you say dad?
Yeah. I thought Dad was here. He's right there, isn't he? Or is that?
So I like your enthusiasm. I really do. I like your enthusiasm. Let's go with that. So you walk in and you're like, "Dad!" And you see a gruff-looking Firbolg turn to you. And as soon as you see that, you realize it's not your dad.
Oh, well.
But you do recognize this man. His name is Zod. He is your uncle. One of your uncles. Not the, king uncle, just one of the other, uncles just on a different side.
He's Zod, come son of Jarrell, kneel before Zod?
Yes, just like that.
Nice.
His name is Zod, and you recognize him as your father's first cousin on his dad's side.
Yes. Absolutely nothing.
Elwarin, you see two familiar faces. You see your mother, and you see your father. And they look at you warmly, and both of them rush over and give you a hug. And it's like one of those family hugs that you see happen to little kids, guys.
Very awkward.
Yes, it's very awkward. And your dad's like, "Oh, yes!" And he just kind of gives you a big hug and he squeezes you tight. And then your mom kind of more gracefully than your father, who has some snot coming from his nose as he's some tears are coming through, is like, yes. And she kind of taps your father's head and then just gives you a big hug as well. You see some tears coming through, but no snot. It's definitely like a one tear on each eye kind of come down. And she's like, "It's so good to see you."
Good to see you guys too. Glad you guys are still well and alive.
Yeah, it's been rough. Zod says, yes, BigYin! And he goes and gives you a giant bear hug, BigYin. Lifting you off your feet.
Back.
Yeah, lifting you off your feet as per usual for Zod. This is just what he does.
It's Uncle Zod, hey, it's good to see you, laddie. And then at this point, do I see the giant wolf?
Yes.
What's his name?
What is his name?
I have to go all the way back into my notes. Missing Tongues, no.
Before
Further
Mr.
back.
Leader?
Mr. Leader, further back. That's not Mr. Leader. No, that's with. That's with. Oh God, Bandit Camp, Duande, no. Goblins, wolves, chained up. We jock.
Would you like to just roll a history check, and I can just give it to you if you roll above a 10?
I can't believe I'm.
Elwarin, you can also roll a history check and roll above 10
Yeah, okay,
because
I'm
you were
gonna
also there
roll.
for it.
Sure, I'll give it a try.
Yeah. Yeah, BigYin, you're just like, oh, fuck, this is on the tip of my tongue. And as you're thinking that, Elwarin goes, Bolt! And you guys remember this as the lightning wolf from your time in Welton.
How am I
And-
missing all of those notes from this thing?
It's been a long time, almost a full. It's been like 9 months plus since we've done.
Remember,
This
you also-
is
You also
not
use
Mr. Leader.
Notepad.
What did you say?
In,
Elwarin?
in character. Oh, sorry. Go Elwarin, yeah.
I was auto character said BigYin was using his Microsoft Notepad back
Yes,
then. It
I
didn't
think
take
so.
anything.
Yeah, it probably was happening. What were you saying? I think I got what you said, Ulrich, but go ahead and
Yeah.
repeat it.
In character. So this isn't Mr. Leader.
No, this is
Now
I'm
that's
not-
actually this brings up a good question. Is Mr. Leader still Mr. Leader or just Mr.?
Yeah, so Zod, upon hearing you guys talk about Mr. Leader, his face turns grave. And he says,
Well, that's not good.
BigYin.
I guess we'll have that discussion.
Yes.
Zod. What happened? What happened to Mr. Leader? What happened to my brother-in-law? And what happened to Furby?
He just looks at you and says, you're going to want to take a seat for this.
And I sit.
And as you do, he kind of motions the rest of you guys to sit, as Mikhail also does that. He's like, this'll take a second. And then he's like, he motions for you all to sit around the table. So there's some seats around here, wherever you guys want to sit. Lando, you can also just feel free to stand. It's totally reasonable also, I get it.
Sorry.
You're good. I just want to make sure, like, if you want to have a seat at the table, it's available.
I also don't know any of these people.
Yes, yeah. So that's what we're gonna get into, right?
Neither does no.
Yeah. So we'll do some introductions.
Who's the big fluffy guy in the back?
Yeah, so we'll get to introductions right now. Actually, Zod kind of stands up after you all sit. Yes. My name is Zod. I am the BigYin's uncle. I am arguably the greatest fighter in the village. BigYin's father and I always go at it during festivals, but we are almost dead even. And as he says almost dead even, BigYin, you understand that he's still down one. Like, your father still has one up on him, as he says that. But it's been like hundreds of battles, like mock battles, and it's like, 190 to like 189 sort of deal. Like, it's close, but
Every year the title changes hands.
exactly, yeah, pretty much. Mikhail kind of stands up and says, oh yes, hello, my name is Mikhail. I know Elwarin, I know BigYin, and I know of you too, Lando and Ulrich. Welcome. I heard you met Garfield. Did you enjoy him?
Enjoy is probably a strong word.
I'm with you there. He is my former teacher, so I totally understand. And then he kind of motions over to Elwarin's, I guess, north of Elwarin on this map, and you see a female wood elf stand up, fully decked out in leather armor. She has an interesting bow strapped to her back, and Elwarin, this is new from what you can tell. Okay. You've never seen this bow on her before, but yeah, she looks like a very proud wood elven ranger, and she says hello. My name is hello. What was her voice? I had like a cool voice for her. Hello, my name is Dara. I'll fix this tomorrow or next week, and it'll be cooler sounding, I swear. I'm Elwarin's mother, and you can say I'm the speaking representative for the Emerald Enclave at this table. And she kind of motions over to the other wood elf you see at the table, who is decked out with plants. There are plants kind of wrapped around and interlocked within his like kind of leather armor. You're not even quite sure where the leather and where the plant begins anymore. He has just a staff, and BigYin, as you look at the staff, you kind of recognize it to be of a similar flavor as the one that you have. Different, but similar. Where it has magical properties attached to it. How exactly it's magical, you're not quite sure. And he just kind of stands. He's like, yes, my name is Ivel. I am also with the Emerald Enclave. That is my wife, Dara, and my wonderful, wonderful son, Elwarin, that you guys all, I'm sure, love. And he says that with a big smile on his face. And if we could, I guess, get introductions from the rest of you, we can start off with you, Elwarin.
Oh, I have to introduce myself?
Just Zod doesn't know you.
Oh, yeah. I'm Elwarin, obviously son of these two here. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, that's
Keep
fine.
it brief.
Yeah, we'll hand it over to the one and only Lando. They all eyes kind of look to you. Yeah.
My name's Lando. I like to move around. I'm a dwarf.
Got it. Excellent. You just hear from Zod. Excellent. All right, next dwarf. Maybe we'll get some more information out of you.
Ulrich's kind of chuckling. Well, I'm Ulrich. I'm Ulrich Bronzebeard of Mirbar, formerly of Mirbar Army. Me out here looking for cultists. These fine folks have been helping me, and now we're here to help you.
Excellent. And you are last, BigYin. Zod just kind of looks at you. He looks tense as he kind of looks at you.
Well, I reckon a fair number of you know who I am. But it's a pleasure to meet you, Elwarin's parents. I'm the BigYin. I'm not sure what this joker here may have said, but I'm glad to be here, and Elwarin's been a good friend. And I'll just kind of wave over to Bolt and I'll say, "Oh, you made it this far, laddie. It's good to see you again."
You're waving to the wolf here, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Got it. So Bolt just stands up and kind of like shakes a little bit, and you guys see a little bit of lightning, like just kind of coursing through his fur. He says, "Yes, my name is Bolt." And Dara just kind of looks at him, and then kind of looks at you guys like, he's kind of my friend, sorta. He's with me. We'll just say that.
Hey, he's a good one.
Yeah.
He's a good one.
Sometimes he gets a little excited, and he looks over at Bolt, and Bolt kind of like, for the first time that you guys, Elwarin and BigYin, you've noticed he looks a little cowed, and looks a little intimidated by Dara.
I'll look over at Elwarin and I'll just kind of like raise an eyebrow.
And he goes back and like lays down, and he looks lazy, but he has one eye open, and he's just watching, like kind of scanning the room as you guys are chitchatting.
Now, real quick, sorry to interrupt. Y'all know this little guy? He says he knows you. Dono? I don't think he introduced himself. Just want to make sure he's supposed to be here.
Oh yeah, I was just waiting. They get called on. He's like standing on like.
Yeah,
a chair.
he's been standing up the whole time. Like he said a book open, like he's been ready to present, and just nobody's looked at him.
Yeah, Ulrich's like
like standing on a chair just so I can even like barely like reach
see over the table. Yeah, so you can see over the table and everything. Yeah.
Oh, my head is probably only sticking out.
No, I mean like it's accommodating enough that like Ulrich and Lando can see over. So we'll say like you're like chest up height.
just making sure he's supposed to be here because
yeah.
he says he was. But people lied.
I'm Dono. I'm a librarian, but I've also been assisting Mikhail here.
Yeah, Mikhail's like, yeah, he's with me. He's we'll say keeper of things that I need from him. He's here on behalf of me. He was to help guide you guys to this this encampment because I've set up some magical barriers around so normal people cannot find it.
Hey, that's good news. Good news, Dono. I'm liking you more and more every day.
I like you too, friend.
Mikhail just kind of looks at Dono and he looks over at Ulrich and he looks over at Dono. He's like, you've made yourself another friend. Excellent, excellent.
Yes, it's nice.
Yeah, so I'm glad to see that the prejudice of Zelbros hasn't reached too far.
It's never that bad, to be honest.
Kind of shrugs his shoulders. He's like, all right, Zod, continue with your tale. The rest of us actually haven't heard this tale of Mr. Leader. Zod stands up and he takes a couple steps back away from the table and he kind of starts to pace a little bit. And BigYin, you recognize this as a quirk of Zod's when he has like bad news to tell. He starts to pace like this for a little bit as he gathers his thoughts, and he comes back to the table and he says, this is hard. So Mr. Leader and his merry men came through a while ago. It's been over a week now, I believe. He said he parted ways with a group different than this one looks, but a group nonetheless. I'm guessing it included, he told me it included BigYin and Elwarin and a dwarf by the name of Lando, which is you. And he points over to Lando, I presume.
Yeah, brother.
Got it. So it must be the same group. You missing a few, but yeah, whatever. We don't need to get into that. And he got here right before Furby went into labor. One thing that was interesting is he had a sword with him. I've never seen one like that before, but he just started chanting when he was in the room. And it looked like a star fell from the sky and landed outside of, we'll say, the carnival that he was hosting outside of our village. He had a myriad of different folk with him: goblins, Duergar, dwarves, humans, everything. You guys, I'm sure, have seen him. And he tapped the star with his sword. And the next thing we knew, Furby had two beautiful Firbolg children next to her as babies. No labor, no pain, no childbirth, just out, and she was no longer pregnant. Never seen something like that before. Can't quite explain it more than I just did. As he starts to kind of like think, BigYin, you recognize Zod is not a man of high intellect necessarily, so words aren't always super easy for him. But this is fairly eloquent for what you come to understand of your uncle. Mm-hmm. And he's doing it in common, which is not his first language. So it's like, he's parsing through things as he kind of converts it from giant to common sort of deal.
Yep.
And then he says, see, now that was good, right? That was excellent. Everybody was happy. Hell, your father was overjoyed. His concerns with the children being that they would not be born. There would be miscarriage or stillborn or some monstrosity that we haven't dealt with in a long time. So your family, happy, accepted Mr. Leader. They weren't wed yet. As Mr. Leader says, he had one more thing he needed to do. And the next night, he started chanting again, and another star came down. He tapped the star, and let's just say he is now the largest Firbolg in our entire clan. He's bigger than you, BigYin.
No, it's not surprising. He was a big man to begin with.
Yeah, he's not too much taller, if it makes you feel any better. He's like, he kind of like puts his arm up, and it's like he puts it, maybe 4 or 5 inches taller than you. He's about this high from what I last saw. Now this is all great. We're all happy. We're all feasting. We're having a wonderful time. Then a few days pass, and your cousin, the werebear, he comes running into the town, letting us know that there's a loop guru and a pack of werewolves on its way.
Oh, that bastard.
Now, what you remember, BigYin, is we're not a large clan, but we are a powerful one. So your father, myself, a few others, we joined up and went to march on this pack of werewolves. And lo and behold, Mr. Leader and his merry men decided to come with us, as this was now their town to defend as well. The battle was fierce. Unfortunately, Mr. Leader's men did not carry silvered weapons, nor magical ones, so they were, we'll just say useless, for lack of a better term, when it came to their weaponry. But Mr. Leader, he had some fire, some weapons of mass destruction on his hands, as he cut through these werewolves like butter. And finally, it was just him and the Loop Guru and our werebear. The werebear lives, if only because of Mr. Leader's actions that night. And I can't describe it well in common, as he kind of breaks into Giant. And in Giant, what he describes is a ferocious battle of this giant werewolf, you know, the size of pretty much Bolt. He's pretty much that big. Just kind of rushing through, like killing multiple Firbolgs, just laughing and pleasure. It's all pleasure. And then Mr. Leader steps up. They go at it for a while. Mr. Leader almost cuts through its head as three other werewolves attack him, and the Loop Guru gets away. However, Mr. Leader did not come back unscathed, and then he switches back over to common. He says, and Mr. Leader had been bit, not once, not twice, but 10 different times all over his body from the Loop Guru, fending it off your cousin. And that was the night everything changed. He was no longer Mr. Leader. The hunger that took him was insatiable. 3 nights ago he changed for the first time, and that is when we got in contact with Bolt and your mother and father. He looks over to you, Elwarin, Dara, and Ivel. They came rushing through, and they took Mr. Leader away. And I think Dara and Ivel can explain the rest of the story. Dara kind of just looks around, and how would you guys describe yourselves upon hearing this news? I guess the three of you that know him fairly well.
I'll stop first and I'll kind of translate the fight to the Giants, specifically the fight that I heard in Giant to Lando, and I'll say, it seems Mr. Leader took 10 bites from the Lugaroo, saving my cousin. He nearly died. He sacrificed himself for my people. He's a werewolf now. One that's nearly uncontrollable. And I'm just kind of like shocked by all of what I'm hearing.
Sure. Lando, you got any thoughts thus far?
You know, I could probably just be like, I knew about this, or I guess I could have inferred, you know, because I knew about him in the cave, all werewolfy, but not really. I guess I didn't know how he got there, so we're connecting some dots. From what's his name? Firbolg?
Garfield?
Garfield. There we go. Sorry. I knew
You
it was
good?
G.
Cat.
Yeah. I'm shook too,
Mhm.
relatively.
Yeah.
I
Elwarin.
feel like I've already would have dealt with some of my shookedness.
Sure. Yeah, we can get into that a little bit later. Elwarin, any thoughts thus far?
Just shocked about hearing this, and I guess I'm turning to my parents and ask for more detail on what happened to him, where they took him.
Yeah. I guess Ulrich, do you have any reaction, not knowing this man necessarily, but hearing stories of him?
So, are they like gonna assign a new Mr. Leader, or how does that work?
Zod and Dara and Ivel just kind of look at you and kind of shrug, like this isn't their wheelhouse necessarily.
He's like the leader of like some secret thing. So like now they need a new one. Who's gonna be like the new Mr. Leader? Is that Lando? I don't know how this works.
Mr. Leader is his name?
Is it?
Yes.
Not a title?
No, it's just
I look at
his name.
Lando like, really?
He's an interesting guy. His first name's Mr. and his last name's Leader.
No.
What?
It's like one name. Mr. Leader is like is like the one
I love
name.
the idea that Lando's like.
Yeah,
His
so
first name is Mr.
Yeah, and Zod is the one who kind of interrupts. Is like, no. It's Mr. Leader's just the one. It's one thing, and then Lando's like, huh?
This really is one of like the greatest things ever.
All this time, and I just never knew.
You think you know a
Feel
guy?
betrayed.
You think you know a guy?
You think you know a guy, and you think his first name is Mr. this entire time, and then you find out that it's not. This is blasphemous.
Zod just kind of looks, and he's just at a loss for what to say anymore. Dara.
Sorry. This is all very sad.
Yeah, Dara and Ivel just kind of like, you guys hear a cough from Ivel, and I was like, I'll let Dara describe what happened next, as I was quite preoccupied with, let's say, keeping the forest denizens away from Mr. Leader during this this next feat of intrigue. And Dara kind of just looks at Ivel with the eyebrow raised and says, I don't know, he was him in the forest and the other animals were just milling about, keeping away from us. I don't know if that was super difficult, I'm not sure, but I trust what my husband says. I'm sure it was a very difficult feat. Yeah, Mr. Leader. So I found him in a half, I guess, Firbolg, half wolf form, and it took me and some of the other wolves to kind of corral him, and we took him to a cave fairly close by, to where your home is. And she looks over at BigYin, close to your home, not your magical cave where you keep all your secrets. And she kind of looks over at Bolt. He kind of told me about you're like protecting something, not quite sure what, but something. Not that cave, different cave. And we've got some wolves kind of watching him day and night, and helping him adjust. There was some violence at first, but fortunately, and she kind of laughs as she says this, wolves can't be turned into werewolves. So when he bit them or clawed at them, there was never a concern of them turning. But there are a few interesting wolves now, as the magic of the forest and magic of whatever that sorcerer was, they're intermingling with these wolves. We're seeing some, and then Ivo coughs. I'll take this one, love. And she's like, yes. And he goes, yeah, so we're looking at different kinds of magical wolves now. You got Bolt over there. You can see, obviously, clearly lightning powers, right? Excellent, wonderful specimen. And as he says that, you guys just hear Bolt kind of open both eyes and kind of like start to snarl at Ivel, and then looks at Dara and stops immediately. And Ivel's like, yes, I understand you don't like that. Anyways, we've got some interesting magical effects upon these wolves, and he kind of looks at you, Elwarin. He's like, I think you'll like them. And he smiles, and he like puts an arm around your shoulder. and he kind of like slightly like digs at your like stomach and like your ribs a little bit as he does this. He's like, yeah, you're gonna want one of these as a pet. I know you do. You and those dogs. Never could find a dog for yourself though, of course. But you know, these wolves are quite fascinating. And he looks over to Dono and he's like, I think you'll enjoy inspecting them with me after we're done here. If we get out alive, that's what I should say. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on. We're helping him contain his werewolf powers and help him control them. Because we have to kill the Loup-Garou for him to have a chance of turning back to a normal Firbolg.
Now, I hate to be a downer, but we traveled 4 days straight. Bit of a hurry. Heard there was like a rush here.
Yes.
Is there a reason why we had to be here tonight?
Oh, yes. I will hand that over to Mikhail. And Mikhail's like, yes. Why are all their voices sounding the same to me now? 1 second. Yes, so I've brought you all here today. And you might be wondering why but I believe you were told there are lots of orcs and other groups attacking the forest. At first, they were just cutting down trees, and you know, you can cut down some trees here and there. It's not terrible. And as he says that, Ivel kind of shudders a little bit. And Mikhail continues, but they were definitely cutting down more trees than needed to anger us. It seems they were picking a fight with the Emerald Enclave. Or at least the Firbolgs within the High Forest. And he kind of looks to Zod and he's like, and as you heard, Mr. Leader had his issues occur 3 days ago. And prior to that, Dara, myself, and Ivel were taking care of some business a bit further away from here as we were driving off packs of orcs along with these other crew. As you guys kind of look around, you see a few other druids and a few other warriors kind of around. And we've got plenty of other people currently up north still kind of destroying the rest of the other encampments of orcs, and they had some ogres within them. I saw some priests. They were wearing some black robes. It's all been a mess.
Well, we actually ran into some orcs on our way here to the south.
Oh, you did? How far?
I tell them.
Yeah, it was a couple hours. Yeah. And they're like, that may be the encampment that we're looking for. We were told there's a base. We captured a few of the orcs and some of the other people, and through some interesting forms of persuasion, we found out that they had a base that they had built out of a rock. Did you guys happen to find something like that?
There was an unnatural magic.
As all of you guys start to talk, Mikhail kind of puts a hand up and says, Stop! Dono, you first, then the Firbolg, not you, Zod, and then we'll go to Ulrich.
Yes. There was a magical, unnatural rock formation, a man-made cave. So I would say, with some orcs and was it ogres, trolls?
He smelled ogre, but he didn't see an ogre.
I think it was orcs and ogres.
Okay, Mr. Firbolg, I believe you're the one who saw this based off of Dono.
Who am I speaking? It's Mikhail who's saying that?
Yeah.
I am Mikhail, you know me. You know my name. Come on now. And then I'll just relay.
He kind of just laughs and he's like, come on, I was making a... Anyways, he was trying to make it funny, it didn't land.
I'll relay the information.
And he says,
what I smelled and what I saw as a wolf. And I definitely, point out that there was somewhat of a weird rock formation.
Yeah, and he's like, And Ulrich, I believe, were you saying something as well?
Nothing to add here. They covered everything.
Excellent. Okay. Now, this is good news. That means we have found it, and I believe, based off what we've seen, if we can take their camp out and kill or capture or whatever have you do all of them, we can end this kind of war on the High Forest that they've incurred our wrath for. Now let me pose this as a question for you all, as I and Dara am emissaries, as well as Ival, of the Emerald Enclave. If you are to help us, would you be interested in joining? I know Elwarin and BigYin have shown keen interest, but I wanted to ask the other two of you, is that something you're interested in, or are you just here along for the ride because of these two?
I'll do it for Mr. Leader.
Hey, I like that man right there. And he, you feel, he says, put your hand up. And you, like, do you put your hand up? Lando?
Hold on.
Don't worry.
Bet you 10 to 1 he actually put his hand up.
I'm guessing he did also.
I'll put my hand up.
Excellent. So you put your hand up and you feel a whoosh of like a slight amount of force kind of like hit your hand, and what you guys all hear is like a high five sound occur.
You might have to teach me that.
If you show the promise of magic, I may be able to.
I don't think I'm gonna give you that though.
He just laughs. All right, Ulrich. I understand this isn't your fight, but you let me know. Is this something that you would like to either help just because you're here, or you want to join the Emerald Enclave, perhaps?
Well, I don't know about joining another organization. You know, I am happy to help, though. That's sort of why I'm out here. So
Excellent. It's like to hear.
if there is a requirement of joining, I may pass.
No, you don't have to join. It's just an offer. We are extending a membership opportunity after this is done. Is all this is
No.
for.
All right. Well, okay.
Feel free to
It's
pass.
gonna be a no. Yeah, it's a
feel free to
pass for me.
Not understandable. Excellent. Well, would you guys like to do that tonight, or is that something you'd want to do in the morning? I know you've had a long day of traveling, and I don't think they'll be moving anytime soon.
I reckon a dawn attack might be the best option.
Ulrich and his cult activity, always suspecting cults. I like it. So you want to go tonight, Elwarin? Sorry, or BigYin?
No, in the morning.
Okay.
Early morning attack when they're still like, I say we go to sleep as early as humans. Like, it's out of character. I'm thinking 0 dark 30. Not necessarily attacking at 0 dark 30, but going at the wee hours in the morning when they're all still hazy and not quite with it.
Does anyone know, Warren? Do you know if that's when orcs and ogres and stuff actually sleep? Is when we sleep?
So
That's a
Elwarin,
fair point.
you
Do a history.
Yeah.
I just, because
history
feel like
check
they're
with
all-
advantage, my dude, because
I
orcs
feel
are
like
your
they're up
favorite
at night.
enemies.
I feel like they're up at night. I mean, that's what Lord of the Rings would tell me.
Like, I don't know. The only orcs I've ever seen are dead.
Okay, so
Yeah, right.
so what's gonna happen here? Sorry, 1 second. I didn't think you were gonna roll an 8 as your advantage thing. 1 second.
Like a check as Dono.
You can also. What I was going to do is I was going to give Dara also an opportunity to roll here because she is.
Oh
also
boy,
gonna
I
help
got
out.
-1.
Hey, it happens. Yeah. So Dono and Lando, you guys think that orcs operate at night, just because they can see in the dark. Dara will kind of chime in here, and she kind of looks at Elwarin and kind of helps him kind of find the words as he's kind of stumbling a little bit, kind of trying to think of like what he knows, and he's like fumbling between human and orc and like the other creatures he's fought previously. She kind of like steadies him, kind of like, you know, grabs his shoulder and says, like, kind of shakes him a little bit, says, okay guys, orcs are awake at night, but they keep shifts. The way that this crew has seemed to be operating is they've got a few different night shift workers. They can see in the dark. For those that cannot see, we'll have to do something about that. They see pretty well in the dark, actually. We've seen some ogres with them too. From what we can tell, there seems to be orcs running the show, at least on the battlefront. We're not quite sure still who's drawing up the plans in the back, if that makes sense. Like, who is in their war room, like we're currently sitting in right now. And Elwarin, you would just kind of nod your head as your mom is like kind of talking about this.
Yep.
I'll be right back. Wait a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, wouldn't it make more sense to attack during the day?
I mean,
that's fair.
they're also awake during the day. I mean, they've been doing night and day attacks, just kind of however they get there. It's up to you guys.
Well,
I
it's like
think
attacking
maybe-
during the nighttime for us, right? Like, sure, we're used to having watch during night, but not very kind of sleepy and groggy and all that,
Yeah,
right?
it's fine. We can do it during the day. It's up to you guys. Not a huge deal.
And then at
I
least
mean,
we
at
can
least-
see them.
I was gonna say we have the advantage of none of us will not be able to see.
Yes, this is true.
I have NVGs, so who can't see in the dark?
Your uncle?
Oh, that's right, Uncle Zod.
Well, plus
Forgot
it's
about
like,
that bit.
Might be
Yeah,
someone we could use in this fight. He's a big guy.
Yeah, so everybody here kind of just looks around like it's going to be us at the table, and then Dara kind of looks backwards, and Bolt says, yes, and me, I will be helping too. And Dara just kind of like nods.
now, do we got to worry about a werewolf attack happening, or?
Oh, Zod and Mikhail and Dara and Ivel just kind of look at you and say, no, don't worry about that. We drove the werewolves away from the high forest. They're up in the mountains up north, and he pulls out a map. Let's bring us back to
Yeah.
the main map.
That's all well and good. We did see some on our way here,
Hey, that is true.
Okay.
and they were south.
Yes, so I'll give you some explanation for that. This pack is massive. The Loop Guru in charge has been in charge for seems like a long time, and looks like he inherited it from his or her. Actually, we don't know the gender necessarily. His or her mother or father seems to have been the pack head previously. So this is a old pack, very deep roots. But the new Loop Guru head has been willy-nilly adding fresh blood to the mix. Adding in half-elves. Oh, that was...
I've returned. Sorry.
They've been adding half-elves into the mix. They've been adding humans into the mix, non-hardy folk necessarily, and there's been some discord in the ranks. We drove the Loop Guru in the main force up here towards Everlund and into the mountains here. The rest of them have scattered. Those that are either scared or don't like the new Loop Guru's leadership, they've kind of scattered and are running away from the high forest as the Loop Guru has claimed the high forest for their entire territory. So we think that we're fine right now, but that will be an ongoing threat in the future. And then he brings you guys back because he closes the map back up.
Oh, that's just grand. Another thing we'll have to do. And the BigYin's just like not enthused about this whole thing.
Sure.
It's like, and he looks over at like Ulrich, just kind of like intimating with his eyes, like, we'll deal with that later. It's like cultists are next. I promised cultists are next. Cultists are next.
Ulrich, the strong and silent type, has returned. I like it. Yeah, and so they kind of just say, okay, if the game plan is for tomorrow, then we shall rest tonight and head out tomorrow morning and hope to catch them in between shifts.
Sounds good.
Was muted.
Did we level up?
I look back at BigYin when he said that. He just looked back and just did like a nod, like, "Oh, okay, sure."
I'll just kind of like look him in the eyes. I didn't say anything. It's just
Right.
like that was the table talk side. It's just like
Yeah, but like in response though, Ulrich knows your meaning and just gives him like a okay, Sure. Yeah. We'll go after that.
Yeah, if we survive.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Nothing else will come up. We'll definitely get the cultist right after this.
Cool. So they kind of break up into groups. Mikhail says, I'll get everything settled and prepped with the folks around here. We will break camp in the morning, and I'll send out some scouts up north to check our flanks, northeast and west, and we'll be heading south from here towards that encampment. Does that sound amicable to everybody? We'll chat again over breakfast to see if there's any additional developments, and kind of move out from there.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Cool. So they kind of break apart. Mikhail, who kind of wanders over here and kind of motions for Dono to follow him.
I move over.
Sure. Zod is just gonna kind of go towards his bunk. Feel free to do with that what you will. BigYin. Elwarin, Dara, and I will kind of bring you down here to just have a chat with you. And then, yeah, BigYin, Lando, Ulrich, feel free to go wherever you need to.
I'll go hang out with my uncle.
Sure. Ulrich, you're going anywhere special? Going outside. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's like threats about. We're just like chilling out in the building.
So, like Mikhail said, like the building's like magically fortified, so nobody can get in or find it. So they seem fairly like protected in this fortification.
There's always room for some eyes.
Fair.
as well.
Hey, fair. You want to take guard out for a little bit before you go to sleep? Totally reasonable. Actually, one of the people from the Emerald Empire will actually follow out with you and help you out with your quest for viewing things that other people can't see.
I give him a sage nod.
He nods back. So we will do this in this order. We'll do Elwarin first, then Dono, then BigYin. Lando, are you just chilling out with Bolt?
Wait, I thought Bolt was a person.
No,
It's the wolf.
What?
I love how this is all in character too, because I would say that he probably couldn't see behind Dara and Mikhail to see the wolf, and so he just assumed it was a person.
I feel like it's both.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. He wasn't really paying attention, and then he also was just, oh yeah, no, Bolt's definitely just a guy. It's just a dude.
Yeah. Not these big old. Yeah, I'm fucking hanging out with this guy. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So as you kind of approach him, Bolt just kind of looks at you, and he sees like he just starts like flexing with his lightning, kind of glancing off. Of
He
him.
knows. He's staring at my wolf underwear.
Yes, he is. It is red, and he is white. So he does.
My
it's
wolf
not.
underwear is red. Why is
Yes.
it red? I thought it was brown.
It was brown. It was brown at one point. It's been a long journey. Lots of dirt.
Then why would it be red?
The blood of your enemies, my dude.
Ah.
You've killed many a people on your journey.
Nice.
It's like there's still brown, obviously, on there, but it's like mostly red at this point, like red splotches. Kind of.
What if I use my antimicrobial towel to clean my wolf underwear right in front of him?
So just to verify, just to be clear here, you're going to strip off your the only bottom thing that you have on right now in front of everyone in this room, and clean it in front while chilling with this wolf.
Well, nobody said anything about taking it off.
Oh.
Never mind. We're not going to go down that. I'm just gonna.
I mean, I can and I will if you want to.
No. It's too late.
Okay. All right. So you're just gonna chill with the wolf for a bit. We'll get to you in a second then.
Yeah.
Cool. So Elwarin, Dara, and Ivel kind of bring you around, and they just hug you again. And Ivel's like, "My boy, I've missed you so much. Oh, you are different."
What do you mean different? It's been a while.
Your mom kind of looks around on your back and says, kind of bow you got there, buddy?
Oh yeah, I got my hands on the storm bow.
Yeah, upon hearing you say that, Ivel and Dara both just smile, and like you just feel like total excitement and like joy for you when you say Stormbow, coming from both of them.
Yeah. Mom, I happen to see you have a new bow yourself. That's something I haven't seen before.
She pulls it out and she smiles a little bit, and your dad looks away nervously as she pulls this out. And as she does, she just looks at you, Elwarin, and you feel wind just whipping around you now. Like a small tornado has enveloped you. And she's just looking at you with a smile. Yeah, and she stops it. And it wasn't like anything that like to lift you off the ground or anything like that, but you just felt all of your clothes just kind of moving around. Yeah, it was just it was like, and she's like, yeah, this is my Gale Force bow. I picked it up really quickly after we separated, actually. Long story. We'll get into that after this battle. But tell me about your bow, my boy. That's they don't make those anymore.
Yeah, we came across a guy who had some magical weapons laying around, and he handed me this one, and yeah, it has some lightning to it, which has been fun and effective in battles that we've been in.
Interesting. And your mom just smiles as you're kind of like talking about it.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm so proud of where you've gotten to, my boy.
Also got my hands on these sunwood arrows, which are pretty awesome.
Upon you pulling them out, your dad starts freaking out. Like he's losing his shit. He's so excited. He's like, son, can I see those? Can I see those real fast, please?
Sure, just be careful with them.
Yep. He takes them, and you just see him like pull out a few different magical like equipment that you've seen him have before, all just inspecting these arrows. And his eyes are just growing wider and wider as he keeps looking at these. He's like, there's only 5 of these. You understand that, right? And you have 2 right here.
I was not aware of that. That's insane.
He just kind of looks at the arrows and he looks at you. Then he looks at his wife and your mom, Dara, and he's like, honey, I swear we just saw him a few weeks ago. It hasn't been that long. Jesus. Not Jesus, whatever god he worships. Pan. Oh, he kind of hands them back over to you. He says, you take... I guess it doesn't matter. They'll always come back to you, but... My Pan.
So Dad, what have you been up to? I'm sure you've been exploring some new stuff.
Yeah, as you start talking about that, he gets very excited and starts telling you about the 5 different plant variations he's created while traveling throughout the forest. He's done 2 different mushroom types, one very, very poisonous that he thought was interesting. And as he's kind of talking about that, you're noticing some spores are kind of like coming out of his backpack a little bit. They're not like harming or doing anything around you, but that's a new thing that you've just noticed from your dad. He used to always have like doodads and all kinds of knickknacks kind of in his pack and kind of all over the place, and he'd have red miscellaneous plants in his bag and like new things that he was trying to graft and create, but you've never seen spores like this kind of coming out from him. And he's like, yeah, we'll just say Pan has some interesting ways of showing his excitement for my research. I've been blessed with a few things. And he kind of pulls out his staff, and as he pulls it out, you see just vines like continuously growing on it. They like stop, and then it starts growing again from the bottom, and it's just constantly like warping and like moving, changing on his staff.
No, that's new too for
Yep.
me.
Yeah. He's always had a staff, but
Yeah.
you've never seen something like this before.
Oh, that's an amazing step. How did you get your hands on that one?
Yeah, I was traveling through the forest with your mom and came across this forest, this grove of trees.
Sorry.
And yeah, just it felt like Pan left this staff for me. It was attached to a tree. The staff was already made, and there were vines forming all around it. And as I approached it, the vines kind of pulled away from it, allowing me to approach. And this was the staff that was left for me. It was. It's definitely been helpful with my research experiments.
So out of character, have I ever heard of anything like that before? Or
Nope.
Due to system, I'm very amazed, but also intrigued by it because it just seems unreal to me.
It's a very your dad thing to have happened to him.
Yeah.
He's always messing around with stuff in the forest. So something like this happening, you've never heard of before, but it's your dad. So if it was going to happen to anyone, you felt like it would be your dad sort of thing.
That checks out. Yeah, that's true.
And then he starts to talk to you about the different wolves and their different magical properties, and he's explaining that they have different attributes to them. Some of them even have shadow and dark magic attached to them. Some of them are light magic, and he's kind of going off. So you guys just spend the rest of your evening kind of catching up, and you get them up to speed on what you've been up to. They kind of just tell you about their adventures and about their fights with the werewolves and how they've been able to kind of stay away from them. Your mom casting magic, your father casting magic to keep them at bay. Yeah, that's how you spend the night until you guys all go to sleep, we'll say. Unless you want to do something else during this time.
Oh, that totally seems like what we would do after catching up. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we'll go to Lando here. You're hanging out with this big ass wolf, who has lightning magic going on about him. What do you do?
The wolf does?
Yeah.
Just say maybe my belly button starts going nuts. I want
Sure.
to turn on my sea. I want to turn on my sea orb so I can show him my skills.
Sure.
See if anything happens.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah. So a little
No,
a little bit of lightning kind of just fizzles out of
just
your
a
belly
little-
button. Just a little.
little squirt.
Yeah, a little squirt, and Bolt laughs. You hear a loud rumbling. It's it sounds like thunder, kind of coming from his stomach, and he's like, "Oh, that was quite amusing there, Lando. Lando, is that your name, Lando?
Call me whatever you want, dog.
Dad jokes. I like it.
Dad jokes.
I'm a father. Are you not a father? I assumed you were with that kind of belly.
No, I'm just fat,
Oh.
asshole. I don't
Well-
like this dog anymore.
And the dog's like, you seem strong, though, Lando.
I am. And then can I attempt to pick this guy?
Sure,
I just wanna
yeah.
See if I'm strong enough.
Roll strength.
It's not a saving throw. It's
Nope.
just a regular one.
Strength or athletics, that's up to you.
Yeah, baby. Let's try both because I failed at one.
Yeah.
Nice.
You go to
Maybe I get a leg.
Yeah, you start walking over to him and you attempt to lift him up. As you just feel lightning kind of crackling around this body, and some of it kind of sparks at you as you go to lift him up, and he just kind of looks at you bemused as you lift his tail up. And as you're lifting his tail up, you feel a surge of energy come through you, and try your lightning, your thing again. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
As you do that, a huge lightning bolt comes out of your belly button and arcs up into the ceiling, and Bolt kind of laughs again. You guys hear that deep rumble and thunder kind of happen again. He says, "Ah, yes, I think you and I will make a excellent team on the upcoming battle."
is this like a dog? Is this like a wolf dog thing that I could like? Because can you imagine how that would be?
So you could ride him if he allows you to, but as you ask him if you can ride him, he kind of looks meekly towards Dara and says, "You're gonna have to get her permission first. She's a I'm terrified, to say the least."
Terrified of her.
Oh yes, you would be too if you were me.
Which one's Dara?
Elwarin's mother, the one here.
Oh wait, is this dog his dad?
His father's
Right.
literally right here.
Okay.
But I like how this is your track of mind. He's like, oh, Elwarin, that makes sense. He's got a lightning bow because like his dad is like a lightning wolf. That makes sense. I like it.
Well, I guess I just assumed because he was the rider, you know.
Oh, we had introduction.
I know, but clearly I have not been paying attention. Also, I've never met these people before, and so everything that was basically just said about them just went.
Yep. Yeah. For Lando, it was hard to keep going.
Yeah.
I like it. And he just kind of laughs as you say that. Are you his dad? He just laughs. Says, no, my son is quite different than him.
Nice. I imagine he's probably a bit hairier.
You could say that.
Yeah. Well.
But Lando, I think we should, if you would like to do some stuff with me, talk to Dara in the morning, I'm sure we can work something out.
Nice. Sure, that sounds great.
Cool.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah,
Just
so
start drink.
do you ask Bolt if he can drink with you?
Yeah.
He laughs and says, of course I can. I'm sure I can outdrink you.
Or, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, so upon this occurring, Mikhail kind of turns and just summons a bunch of casks of alcohol for you two.
Nice.
He's like, have at it, but be ready in the morning. And Bolt laughs as he starts chugging.
I'm also going to do the same thing.
Awesome.
Is it a constitution check?
Yep.
Assuming I get?
Yep. If you roll above a 15, you and Bolt are going head to head.
Fuck.
Ooh.
So you get 2 down, and then you start feeling something coming up.
Wait,
from
don't I
your
have
sleeve.
advantage on those checks? I have advantage
Do
on
you?
strength checks and strength saving throws. Damn it, that's not good.
No.
It's also only while we're beginning.
Yes, your rage is done. You didn't actually like fight with anybody, but I liked the idea behind it.
Well, I never raged. I just started using a sealer as a gimmick.
Sure. Yeah. So you get 2 drinks in, and then you start feeling kind of woozy, and Bolt starts to chuckle, and Mikhail says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Those ones were for the wolf. The ones behind you were for you. Oh no." And as you turn around, you see one giant cask of mead. And you see in front of you, it's very hard liquor in front of the wolf. And you took a big 2 gulps of very, very hard liquor. So you're feeling a little woozy
Nice.
now.
That's good.
You
I
had
really like that.
Yeah, you had like, if we were going to put this into shot form, roughly like 15 shots just between those 2 drinks, because of how
Dude.
big your leader is.
I've done that. It was a terrible night.
Yeah, you do that in
okay.
like 40 seconds. So your body's not feeling it right now. And you just, I'm gonna say you just kind of sink into Bolt, and Bolt just kind of lets that happen, and the 2 of you guys
what
are
a
just
sweet
vibing
guy.
together. Y'all are just vibing
Cool.
together while you're slowly trying
Huddle
to recover.
buddies.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Cool.
I'm gonna go over there so I can be closer to the wall.
Yeah, got it. He kind of helps you get over there, and he kind of tilts you, so if you do throw up, it's like not gonna land on him or you.
And no, on him. That's where I'm aiming.
Nope. He's
That's how you become fast friends.
he turns you rapidly away from him to do that.
Fair enough.
Cool. Yeah, so that's what you're doing that night. Dono and Mikhail, what are you guys up to?
I guess we just like talking about, I guess, whatever. I mean, probably just like catching up. Haven't seen each other in like a few days. See what's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, Mikhail's like, oh, Dono, there were some wild things out there you missed out on, my man.
What?
Oh, there were a variety of different kind of trees that I've never seen before that you would have just adored.
No, nice. Do you know where they are?
Yes.
You think I can go find them later?
You would need an escort. I would not be opposed to going with you, but we do need to clean up this matter first. Once we finish this stuff up, and if these guys want to be initiated, we can get them initiated just like you are, and then I can take you up north, past all the trees, here
Oh, nice.
to the river.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, there's some interesting groves there. I don't think you've ever seen it before, but there are like trees that sit inside the water, and they grow like that. It's quite fascinating.
I will have to make a field study of it when I get there.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. There is one thing that we have to do. Garfield and I have some fun plans for later on that we will get you involved in once all these festivities here are done with.
Okay.
I think you'd enjoy it. I think your god will definitely enjoy what Garfield has planned.
Okay. I'll trust you on it.
Yep. And you guys just kind of talk about just a variety of things that he's been up to since you guys have been parted. He kind of asks you what's been going on at the library, and just how things are going in Zelbros. And as you're kind of talking to him, you see kind of a light kind of come back into his eyes that seem to have dimmed a little bit with kind of all the current events occurring. And as you start talking with Zelbros more and more, he seems to be more interested in going back and possibly settling down in the future. There, he keeps talking about it. Once he gets married, and he's done with the ambassador lifestyle, he's planning on settling down in Zelbros one of these days.
That sounds quite nice. I hope we all I hope we can all just make our way back to Zelbros.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. But yeah, you guys just kind of talk about Zelbros and all the other various things that you guys are planning on doing in the future. We'll head over to Zod and BigYin.
For once, the BigYin is actually pretty quiet, kind of matching his uncle. He knows his uncle isn't much of a talker. But eventually he says, It's been an odd time. It's been odd, uncle.
How so?
I can describe the things I've seen, the things I've done. I've had to defend myself before, but I've killed creatures and men in defense of myself and of my friends. I've seen cruelty, much of it. Men with their tongues removed, and all manner of base things. I'm relieved my family is well, but I'm saddened by the fate of a friend. I feel I've done naught but run from crisis to crisis, and I'm torn as to what to do. I know I have responsibilities at home, but I have responsibilities here in the world, and these cultists, they're a problem. a problem I need to set right. I hope ye and the family can understand. And the clan.
I think we just, I think Furby is probably the most upset currently with how things have gone. You know, you not being there during, you know, just for any of this, right? I mean, it's tough on her. You two were very close. And for her to see the man she loves do so much what she feels like for her. And then, now what? He's a werewolf? You know, that doesn't go well.
Well, that Lugaroo will need dealing with in the future. I can't promise when or if it'll be me to settle his hash. But right now, I can promise you we'll deal with the bastards that started this fight. And I think I may be getting to the center of all of this if I continue to walk the path I am. It's rare for us to leave the village.
Aye.
It's rare for us to leave home.
It's rare for us to come back after we've left.
Aye. You know, we did say that we ran into some werewolves. These seem to be running in fear from the pack. Two of them were Firbolgs from the Lurkwood forest. It seems our distant cousins have been decimated, destroyed even, by this scourge. There's great evil in the world. I didn't think we can sit by anymore. It may be time for us to take up a position of responsibility. At first, for what's ours, but eventually, maybe become more active in our way.
Well, you'll have
Maybe
to,
not joining the world of men.
You'll have to convince your uncle and my cousin of that.
And my father. Oh dear.
Good luck. I don't
Can I
envy you.
I can't imagine that conversation.
I will tell you one thing. After what your father saw Mr. Leader do, I saw a side of him I've never seen before, even at his wedding, or at you or Furby's births. There was a light, a joy within him that it seemed for the first time was illuminated, and then it's been put out since, and I worry it will never be back.
Oh dear.
For he had a whole family again. He knew were still alive. You're yourself. You're not dying anytime soon. And he finally had grandchildren. And a beautiful son-in-law who, through some miracle, changed himself into a Firbolg and provided two beautiful Firbolg children when they should have been some monstrosity or dead. I'll never quite understand what happened.
I think the gods intervened. Or
Something.
at least his god did.
Something intervened.
Well, uncle. We ought not dwell on these dark things, for we are walking for tomorrow. We go to fight. It will be a bitter one, but we shall survive, or at least I pray we do, pan willing.
Aye. Off to bed with
I will
you.
send you back with a token for my father, a letter. He can't read a bit. Has his reading improved?
No, but he'll understand. Furby can read it too.
Letters were never his strong suit. I think that's why we rarely got along. He never did approve of me spending time with Mikhail or the druids.
I think it was the learning Draconic that threw him off the most.
Well, you never know when you'll meet a dragon.
Is this true? Well, with that we should rest up. We have a early morning tomorrow.
Aye, we do. Good night, Uncle.
Good night. And we'll hand it off to Ulrich to round us out.
You ever wonder why we're here?
So is this the first thing that you talk about with this
Yeah,
this
I'd
dude
say
that's
after
walking around
probably
with you?
like an hour of silence.
Yeah. As you guys are both just kind of like peering out into the forest. Kekatuji, sorry,
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure there was no
Yeah.
other small talk, of course, before
No.
this happened. Yeah.
No. That was the first thing.
Yeah,
he
of
said.
course. Yeah.
Just right, step out of the door. Hey,
Yep.
you ever wonder why we're here?
After an hour of awkward silence,
Yeah, of
standing
course.
together.
Of course. As you kind of take a full look at this guy, this is a what looks like a half elf, and he just kind of looks at you. He says, "Why I'm here? I guess because my mom enjoys humans."
I suppose that's a more realistic answer than I was assuming you'd answer.
I'm definitely here for the now,
Gotcha.
right?
Gotcha.
Because who knows if we'll be alive tomorrow, right? So why ponder our existence if we're just to die in a battle tomorrow? Am I right?
Well, I'll tell you this: you do not die in battles all that often.
Interesting.
Really, it's only the once, as far as I understand it.
And as you say that, he's like, yes, I see you were, yes, good joke.
Like, you wake up far more often than you die.
This is true. I would hope so, at least. Be quite shocking if you died more often than you woke up from a dream or just
Right.
regularly.
Now, isn't that something?
That's something for the gods to deal with. I don't really step near that void ever.
Despite all that's happening, we still wake up.
Hopefully, we'll wake up tomorrow.
Well, we best. We gotta fight to fight.
You don't have to fight if you don't want to.
Well, and that really the interesting part. If I do want to.
He just kind of chuckles as you say that. So it's not your battle. It's not one that you necessarily want to fight in, but you still want to fight.
Isn't that the right thing to do? Helping those who need help.
I suppose, but is that why you're doing it?
Well, mostly, yeah.
He lets it sit there for a minute after you say mostly. He kind of looks at you and he says, "Why only mostly?"
Ulrich is also quiet for a while before responding. Goes. It's been a long life. Done a lot of things people wouldn't like. Maybe it's time to face the balance sheet of life, so to speak. Why not go out doing some good for once?
And I think on that very sentimental note, I think that's where we will end it for tonight. Thank you, everyone. I really enjoyed this session, and hopefully we'll get back together for session 33 next week. See you later.